Hello and welcome to the Game of the Week on the Friday Night Network alongside Cody Spoon. Down on the field is Caroline Saunders. I'm Jeff Ellison speaking to you from the Field of Champions on the campus of Piedmont High School here in North Calhoun County. And tonight it's all about Class 3A Region 6 as the Piedmont Bulldogs host the Wellborn Panthers. Piedmont coming in 5-1 overall, but in region play, they're undefeated, coming in at 4-0. Wellborn right in behind Piedmont, 4-2 overall and 3-1 in region play. And really, Cody, you look at Class 3A Region 6, and you've got four teams, Piedmont, Glencoe, Wellborn, and Weaver, only separated by one loss.
You're right, Jeff. And Piedmont's sitting right now in the driver's seat in Region 6. Glencoe, Walter Wellborn, and Weaver all are 3-1 in Region 6. So this is a huge game, not only for Piedmont, but Walter Wellborn as well. A loss here tonight by Piedmont could throw a wrench in everything. And so huge ball game tonight in Class 3A, and there are a lot of great games to decide a lot of these regions, first, second, third place, all across the state tonight.
Of course, Wellborn coming on the road here, a tough place to win here at the Field of Champions. But, you know, if Wellborn can come in here and pull off a big one this evening, that's really going to jumble things up as far as the region is concerned. You could possibly have at the end of tonight 4 teams with one loss in region play.
There's no doubt about that, Jeff. And like you said, that throws a wrench in everything. I mean, Walter Wellborn's had some great games so far this year. Last week they beat Westbrook Christian 20-7. Piedmont coming off of the shutout win over Pleasant Valley last week, 49-0. So both teams coming off some pretty solid performances in Class 3A Region 6. So it's going to be interesting tonight to see if Walter Wellborn, kind of how that wing tee goes against this Piedmont defense, and we'll see who comes out a victor on the other side of this thing.
Head coach of the Piedmont Bulldogs, Steve Smith, now in his 10th year heading up the Bulldog program, and this could be a very special game here tonight. He comes into tonight's contest at Piedmont with 99 wins, so he's going for the century mark here tonight.
And that would be huge for Coach Smith. I talked to him this week and kind of brought that up in our conversations. And one thing Coach Smith made clear, while, you know, that's a big milestone in a coaching career to have 100 wins at one place. You know, you're averaging pretty much 10 wins per season over the 10 years. But he said, make no mistake about it, he's focused on Walter Wellborn. He's focused on this big region game. And these next two games they've got after this are also huge region games. So Coach Smith, he's not one to beat his own chest. He's not one to kind of talk about it. But when I asked him the question straight up, he just wasn't concerned with all that. He knows all that will work itself out, and he just focused on a big region game tonight.
Yeah, Coach Smith, he's the type, he doesn't care if this is his first career coaching victory or his 1,000th. He just wants to beat Wellborn here this evening. All right, we will step aside, take a break. We'll be back with more pregame from the Field of Champions. It's the Game of the Week on the Friday Night Network.
Have you got the new car itch but don't want to take the plunge with a brand new car? How about getting the most car for the money at Avery Auto Sales? They have a large selection of cars with even some 2014s in the mix. And if you're worried about your credit, don't. They can help get you back on your credit feet with guaranteed approval. Check them out online at AveryAutoSales.net. Then when you see something you like, call them at 256-835-8897 for a test drive. Or just go by. Avery Auto Sales is located on Highway 78 East between Highway 78 and Snow Street in Oxford. That's Avery Auto Sales.
Oh, hey, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works?
No, sorry. Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
No, I'm fine, thanks.
it's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great.
Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people.
Calhoun Insurance in Oxford is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Your love will bloom with the Romance Bridal Collection. Each ring is a mirror to the natural splendor of sparkling diamonds with exquisitely crafted 18-karat gold designs. Every romance piece is exceptional in both quality and style and comes with a lifetime guarantee that assures its everlasting beauty. Come see Phyllis and the team at Glencoe Jewelry Sales for the Romance Bridal Collection and all of your jewelry needs.
In a world that's ever-changing, you have to be sure that your choices are the right choices. At Central Alabama Community College, you'll know you made the best choice. We understand that you need the best educational opportunities. Whether choosing a technical degree program, taking courses to transfer to a four-year college or university, or being a part of our national championship winning traditions, Central Alabama will provide you with courses and degree programs in tune with today's workplace. Get a sharper focus on your life by choosing one of our 3 convenient locations: Alex City, Childersburg, and Talladega. Central Alabama Community College. Central to you, central to your success.
The 5-1 Piedmont Bulldogs, the 4-2 Wellborn Panthers. Top of the hour kickoff between these two clubs. Two clubs that have a very good shot at postseason play regardless of the outcome here tonight, Cody.
You're right, Jeff. This is two quality opponents. It's going to be a great matchup. We've seen some great football games over the past few weeks, and we expect nothing less here tonight at the Field of Champions.
On the field, it is youth night, and you see a number of future Bulldogs out there, and understand free admission for those guys tonight.
There is, and we see all the coaches, the cheerleaders, and the Pee Wee football players out there represented. And my nephew, number 70, Noah Farmer, he's out there, so I know he's loving that.
Good for him. This is just one of many big games in the area tonight. You see Moody at Anniston. That's a battle for playoff spots, moving up in Class 5A Region 6. That game being played in Anniston at Mosby Stadium.
And you see there the Blue Devils, they're coming into Anniston. They're on a 3-game winning streak. This is a big battle for some playoff spots in Class 5A Region 6. And as you see there, the Bulldogs, just don't count them out in this ball game. Anything can happen.
Of course, that's Moody and Anniston. That, of course, being played in Calhoun County. And moving on, team we saw last week, the Green Wave of Leeds. And they are hosting Dadeville tonight. I understand Dadeville is kind of short-handed as they have possibly lost Sean Jennings for the year.
You're right, Jeff. Dadeville coming off a loss last week. Leeds gets the huge win on the road and at Hanley, and we saw that last week here on FNN. We carried that game. Great ball game that we got to see. And Leeds, as we've talked about before, might be the best team in Class 4A as they're looking to take that Class 4A Region 3 title home this year.
Yeah, Dadeville on the short end, losing to Munford last week. A big win there for the Munford Lions. Randolph County at Lafayette here this evening. That game will be played down in Chambers County. Randolph County really playing well thus far this season, Cody.
You're right. One of the better teams in Class 2A. This team right here, Lafayette's not going to give up an easy win to Randolph County. And we see that that offensive attack has just been monstrous for this Randolph County team. And look for a great ball game at the end of the night when we see that final score.
Yeah, you can see Lafayette lost big a year ago to this Randolph County team. Hanley at Elmore County here this evening. Another important game in Class 4A. Hanley looking to bounce back after losing at home last week to Leeds.
And you see they're playing a very good Elmore County team at home. And you can ask Mumford about that. They know all about Elmore County. But this is huge. Hanley getting their first loss last week of 2015. And they're going to bounce back this week. You know, try to win this one and set themselves up for second place in Class 4A Region 3.
And you can see there Elmore County won this game a year ago, but it was close. They won by just a field goal. That's Hanley at Elmore County this evening. And boy, this is going to be a good one too. And this is Central Clay County on the road tonight, traveling down to Lee County to take on the undefeated Hornets of Beauregard.
Beauregard, they're coming into tonight facing this Clay Central team, and that's a big matchup in Class 5A Region 3. As you see there, Beauregard winning 5 in a row by an average margin of 36.6 points. So great team, and we'll see who comes out on the end of that one. Beauregard, just a very stout football team as of late.
Yeah, that in the 5A classification is a region game. And that's two of the top teams there in their respective region. Central Clay County, the Volunteers, and the Hornets of Beauregard. And moving right along over at Pete Rich Alumni Stadium tonight over in St. Clair County and Pell City. Oxford on the road taking on the Panthers. And really, you know, this is two teams that they need a win tonight.
The Yellow Jackets having a tough season in 2015, but this is a win they desperately need. They're going to be tested by a very good Pell City team, and we'll just see if the Yellow Jackets can get back on track, get a win here, and see if they can make the playoffs. They still have a chance, and that's something that they'll have to start with tonight if they want to make postseason play.
Yeah, that in Class 6A. Again, the Yellow Jackets and the Pell City Panthers this evening from Pete Rich Alumni Stadium. Another big one that is available to you on FNN2 this evening. The game of the week there is St. Clair County at Alexandria. That game being played at Lou Scales Stadium. You see the Valley Cubs, after a big win last week on the road, they come in undefeated at 5-0.
Big win last week for Alexandria. They get revenge on Mortimer Jordan. They win 39-36. And St. Clair County, they've lost 3 in a row, but they could get in there and shake things up in Alexandria, but I'm going to go with the Valley Cubs tonight. They're playing some great football as of late, and they've jumped up in the polls, and they're doing a great job so far in 2015.
So the Valley Cubs and St. Clair County from over in Odenville, Alabama. And that brings us to our game here tonight. Wellborn at Piedmont, Class 3A Region 6. And we talked about it earlier in our pregame, Cody, and that is the fact that should Wellborn surprise a lot of folks and pull off a victory here this evening, I mean, it would possibly throw this into a 4-way tie. I mean, you'd have a better chance at solving a Chinese calculus problem. But, you know, they got to play here tonight. And Piedmont, not saying they're favorites, but you've got to like their chances playing at home.
No doubt, Jeff. Piedmont won this meeting last year, 35-13. This ball game could be a little closer tonight. Piedmont facing a true wing tee offense. The last time Piedmont has seen a true wing tee offense in its purest form would have to be those Deschler teams they played in the postseason. They played some teams like a Fife who runs more of a hybrid wing tee. It's going to be interesting to see how well Piedmont plays assignment football tonight. And there's no doubt about it, you have two of the better rushing teams in Class 3A right here. We'll see who wins this chess match. And as you said, Piedmont might be a little favored, but don't count out Walter Wellborn just yet.
Tonight is the 23rd meeting all time between the Panthers and the Bulldogs. So there you have some of the games in the area, a lot of big ones. And of course, we happy to be here at the Field of Champions to bring you Wellborn and Piedmont. We'll step aside. We will be back with more. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Friday Night Network.
Now what?
Let's go. That way.
Have fun out there on the compact, capable, and entirely new Pioneer 500 from Honda.
Visit Cycle World in Gadsden today or online at cycleworldonline.com.
They don't. It's not true. You cannot be in business and sell your product and not make any profit and stay in business. For that matter, if you did that, how could you take care of your customers in the long run if you never made any profit? We make profit, but the difference is we're fair with our customers. We don't mislead them, we don't misguide them. So come on down to the sunny side of the street and ask for me, Shane Denny. It's where a handshake still matters.
Need a place to keep your tools?
Or a place to get away from the wife. Whatever your needs are, we got a barn or a carport for you.
With rent-to-own options and no credit checks, we can help you take home the right barn or carport today.
And with 4 different locations, we're just a short drive away.
So come see us in Glencoe, Moody, Asheville, or Attala, and let our family help your family get the barn or carport you deserve.
Every day is a great day to stop in a Samco Express Mart. You'll find plenty of snacks to choose from, and Samco has all your favorite drink brands, all nice and cold. You'll find those last-minute light grocery items you need, and a great variety of grab-and-go brands that's sure to cure any case of the munchies. There's lots of candy, mints, and gum, too. Make sure you fuel up before or after the game. With over 30 locations in the area, there's always one close by. Samco Express Mart.
And welcome back to the Field of Champions as the crowd continues to file in here, just minutes away from Walter Wellborn and Piedmont here this evening on the Friday Night Network. This week, according to the Alabama Sports Writers Association Top 10 poll, of course it changes every week, and we certainly have some changes here in this, the second week of October, and we'll start with Class 7A. And you see Hoover, but not at the number 1 spot, as they have been replaced following their loss a week ago to Spain Park, who's moved up to number 2, and Bob Jones from up North Alabama now leads the pack. Cody.
Bob Jones, your new number 1, as you talked about it. Spain Park upsetting Hoover last week. Spain Park, your biggest mover in Class 7A. They went from number 8 in last week's poll to number 2 in this week's poll. And you see James Clemens there. They're hosting Gadsden City. That's a huge matchup in Class 7A Region 4. This is going to decide the number 2 spot in that region, and that's going to determine which team gets to host a first-round team in the playoffs. So, and then Foley, you see there, they fell out of the top 10. They lost to Baker 21-14 in Class 7A Region 1.
Moving on to Class 6A, once again, Bob Jones, the new number 1 in 7A. Clay Chalkville is still there as the number 1 ranked team in 6A. Now, we do have a number 2 playing a number 8 here this evening in the 6A classification, as Blunt, number 8, is at Spanish Fort this evening to take on the Toros. And I found out something this week I did not know. Not that I know everything, Cody, because I certainly don't. Obviously, Wellborn plays their home games at the Hill. Spanish Fort, the name of their stadium is the Hill. Didn't know that, but what a big game there at the Hill down in South Alabama tonight.
There's no doubt about it. The Class 6A virtually unchanged. The bottom half switched around a little bit, but no one fell out of the top 10. And last week we saw, you see number Opelika in there at number 3 last week on FNN2. You saw Opelika go into Chelsea and defeat them 40-25 in Class 6A Region 3. Chelsea received a few votes, but they couldn't quite crack into the top 10.
Class 5A as we continue down the line here. Again, Clay Chalkville at number 1, and Jackson still there as the top-ranked team in the 5A division. Alexandria, who you we'll have an opportunity to see here this evening on FNN2. They're at number 7. Beauregard at number 6 taking on Central Clay this evening. And, boy, that's jam-packed with a lot of quality teams there in 5A.
Class 5A really packed full of a lot of talent. You know, Jackson seems to be the clear favorite in 5A, but you never know what happens. Coach Frank Tucker and the Valley Cubs playing great football, as we spoke about earlier. They play St. Clair County, and Alexandria moves up from number 10 to number 7. So they had that big impressive win, and the sports writers agree there.
Moving on to 4A, and there, of course, is UMS Wright leads, a team we saw last week. Hanley, their first loss last week. That game down at Wright Field in Roanoke. Leeds coming in at number 3. There you see Sachs at number 4, a team we'll see later on in the year. Fayette County at number 8. Montevallo there at number 9. Yeah, we'll have Sachs and Cleburne County next week here on FNN, and the Wildcats at number 4.
And you see there, Coach Andrew Zal in his 3rd year, he's turned around that Montevallo program. The Bulldogs getting into the top 10, doing a great job there at Montevallo as Coach Zal. W.S. Neal back in the top 10 with a Class 4A Region 1 win over Monroe County, 56-20 week. And as you said, Dadeville and Hanley both with losses last week in Region 3, and they fall out of the top 10.
And moving on to 3A, there you see Madison Academy. Now, Madison Academy tonight is playing the number 7 team, Lauderdale County. That game, it is a road game for Madison Academy. That will be at Robert Earl Grisham Stadium this evening in Lauderdale County. Up at number 8, Glencoe. There, the Yellow Jackets coming in at number 9.
And there, as you talked about, Madison Academy at Lauderdale County. Lauderdale County looking for a little bit of revenge, as last year that was their only loss in region play was to the Madison Academy Mustangs. And this is going to decide first and second place in that region for now. And because both teams are currently 4-0, we're going to have a winner and a loser in that one, and that's going to decide that region. Op, as you said, they've lost in back-to-back weeks. They lost last week 27-26 at home versus T.R. Miller. And American Christian lost their first game of 2015 last week, 49-28 to a very talented Gordo team there. You see it, number 2.
Moving on to Class 2A. Again, this is the top 10 rankings according to the Alabama Sports Writers Association. There you see Elba and Tanner, Cleveland, the top 3 teams, each getting some first-place votes. Fife at number 5, Randolph County. We've talked about the offense there. That Randolph County has really put a lot of points on the board, and Washington County back in at number 8.
Coach LaRon White and the Tanner Rattlers, they might be the best team in Class 2A. I know the voters got Elba there at number 1, but Tanner 2 weeks ago, huge win over the defending state champions in Class 1A, Maplesville. They won 48-21, and Maplesville may be a 1A team, but they're not a slouch at all. They will compete with just about any team, so that was a huge win for Tanner, and they might be the best team in Class 2A.
And there you see Maplesville, number 1 in Class 1A this week. Georgiana at number 6, Brantley, Wadley from down in Randolph County, and Notasulga rounds out the top 10 there.
And you see a local team there, Cedar Bluff Tigers. They're 6-0. They come in at number 2 this week. Coach Mack and the Tigers defeated Woodville last week 62-6 in Region 7 play. And Cedar Bluff plays tonight versus Coosa Christian, who's 0-6 on the year. Hubbardville gets 1 week at number 1. They lose last week to Berry Fayette 38-36 in Class 1A Region 6. They drop to number 7. And Berry Fayette is now 5-1 overall in the year. They're in first place in Region 6 as they are 4-0 in their region.
So there you have the top 10 in all 7 classifications according to the Alabama Sports Writers Association. Tonight, it's all about Class 3A,
This FNN
Region
High School
6
football
from the Field of
Sports
Champions.
Exclusive is presented by Sonny King Ford. Here yesterday, here tomorrow on Quintard Avenue in Anniston, where a handshake still matters. And by Samco Express Marts. With over 30 locations in the area, there's always one close by. Tonight's game is sponsored by Calhoun Insurance. For all your auto, home, business, or life insurance needs, visit us in Jacksonville, Anniston, or Gadsden. By Cycle World Power Sports on Megan Boulevard in Gadsden. At Cycle World, we sell fun. By First Bank of Alabama. Our name may have changed, but we have a rich history. At First Bank of Alabama, we're still first, and so are you. By Food Outlet, with locations in Alexandria, Anniston, Bynum, and Pell City. At Food Outlet, you always get great service and low prices. It's how we do business. And by Avery Auto Sales on Highway 78 in Oxford, and now open with a second great location on Quintard Avenue in Anniston. Tonight's Game of the Week is brought to you by Anniston EMS, Wesley's Paint and Body, Cotton State Barns, K.L. Brown Memory Chapel, Glencoe Jewelry Sales, Cable One, and Skinner Body Shop. We'll have more pregame activities when we continue. You're watching the FNN High School Football Game of the Week on the Friday Night Network.
We build things that work the way you wish they would. Like a front-end loader you can detach from your seat. Or a mower deck you just drive over and cut through knee-deep grass no problem. Yep, we thought the same thing you did. That's why we build them this way. That's how we run. Nothing runs like a deer.
People come from everywhere to get their deal from Bill Stanford. They come from Ashland, Brompton, Lineville. They come from Moody, Munford, Coldwater, Birmingham, Talladega, Lincoln, Riverside, Heflin. There's no better deal than a Talladega Bill deal.
Right now, all Ram trucks are at or below supplier price. Save over $2,700 on this 2015 Ram 1500 at Bill Stanford.
Come on out to Bill Stanford in Talladega.
At Food Outlet, our lineup starts with the freshest produce in town.
When you shop with us, you score every day with the freshest meat and the best selection.
Pre-game, halftime, even after the game, we have all the snacks and soft drinks that you need.
We're your hometown team.
And you'll always score a touchdown at Food Outlet, where great service at low prices is how we do business.
Food Outlet, with locations in Alexandria, Anniston, Bynum, and Pell City. Go to shopfoodoutlet.com for weekly specials. And remember to like us on Facebook.
Step into the offices of J. Britt Middlebrook CPA, where you'll find professional one-on-one service for business and individual clients. In this ever-changing tax and economic climate, you can count on receiving the expert advice you need. J. Britt Middlebrook works hard to provide every client what they need to meet all deadlines. Tax season will be here soon. For all your accounting service needs, call or stop by at 1913 Berry Street in Oxford. That's J. Britt Middlebrook, CPA.
And welcome back to the Field of Champions. The coin toss at midfield, won by Piedmont, and they have deferred. Wellborn will receive to get this football game underway. You see the white hat right there? That's Randy Lovern, who will be the lead official here this evening. And those officials, Cody, as well, they know this is an important game.
Huge game, as you said, and I think tonight, Coach Jeff Smith, he wants to get that monkey off his back. He got here in 2009 to Walter Wellborn, and he's 0-2 versus Coach Smith since he's been at Piedmont. And Coach Smith 3-0 overall since he's been at Piedmont over Walter Wellborn. So Coach Jeff Smith, tonight's huge for him. And it's nothing that he wants to make personal about it between himself and Piedmont, but he knows he wants these guys to fight and try to get this big region win and put him and his team in a place to possibly win this region down the road.
Piedmont coming in with, as we said, 5-1 overall. Their 5 victories over Cherokee County, Asheville, Ohatchee, Glencoe, a big win there. And Pleasant Valley, their lone loss was over at Homer Smile Stadium. We were there. 29-12 was the final count in that one, as Piedmont dropped that one to the Green Wave. Wellborn 4-2 on the year with 4 wins, and really I think one of their biggest wins of the year out of those 4 was against Sachs. I know it was a non-counter, but that was a heck of a win at home over the Wildcats. Pleasant Valley, Weaver, and Westbrook Christian, their other 3 victories, and their 2 setbacks to Glencoe and Moody. So 4-2, Wellborn, 5-1 Piedmont here this evening. And as you said, Cody, we have 2 teams here tonight that love to run the football, and they've got the running backs to do it.
There's no doubt about it. A couple of guys to watch tonight on Piedmont's sideline. Darnell Jackson sat out last week. He is back this week. Star running back for this Piedmont offense. He's a great defensive player. And look for number 34, Lee Stanley for Piedmont. He might be playing tonight. And also, a guy to watch for this Walter Wellborn defense, his name is Jamisio Elston. He's a defensive lineman. He is 321 pounds. He is a big guy. You can't call him a boy, and he is a man. He is going to wreak some havoc on this Piedmont offense tonight. But we'll see how Piedmont adjusts and gets things going on offense. And here we get ready for the kickoff and get this game going.
And it is absolutely perfect weather here this evening at the Field of Champions. 74 degrees at kickoff. We expect the temperature to drop down into the mid-60s. Absolutely no wind, so wind will not be a factor. It will just be Bulldogs and Panthers. And the whistle by Randy Lovern, the referee, and we're playing football. From Piedmont, Alabama, the kick is picked up at the 4-yard line, returned up the center of the field across the 15 to the 20. That is a 16-yard return. That's Quindarius Moore on the return. And from the 20-yard line, it's now Wellborn football with a 1st and 10.
Great coverage on special teams by Piedmont. That's number 9, Chase Keener, the senior, and number 40, Jabari Calloway, another senior, on the tackle. And that's one thing last week Coach Smith talked about. They played well in all 3 phases of the game, and you're seeing the special teams coverage unit doing a great job to begin this football game.
Split backfield behind the sophomore quarterback, Austin McQueen, and they do run the football for 5 yards. That's DJ Roden, the leading rusher for Coach Jeff Smith's Panthers, and Roden on his first carry of the evening nets 5.
A lot of people might have thought with losing some of the talent they did last year that Walter Wellborn might be a little bit down this year. DJ Roden, two-way starter for Coach Jeff Smith here for the Panthers. And this offense, as we said, true wing T offense. Watch it work here tonight.
2nd down and 5. Roden again, 4 yards this time. It will be 3rd and 1 for the Panthers.
And as we talked about in the pregame show, tonight is about assignment football. Other teams that you play, it's not so much about assignment. There's a lot of different things you can do, but tonight you can't just look for the football. You can't stand there and wait. You've got to find your man and just play assignment football if you're going to stop this offense.
3rd down and 1. 1st down, Wellborn as they cross the 30, needing just a yard, and Roden, for the 3rd consecutive play, runs the football. He gets the call, and that will move the chains.
And there you see number 3, Kobe McFriday, and number 21, Logan Smith for Piedmont in on the tackle. Walter Wellborn getting their first down of this ball game, and they're sticking with what they know. And we're seeing tonight a leading rusher, DJ Roden. He's going to work early in this ball game.
Again, Austin McQueen, just a 10th grader. Roden, for the 4th consecutive play call, is hauling the mail for the Panthers, and he gets 4 this time up to the 35. I mean, he's not getting big chunks of yardage, but hey, you'll take 3, 4, 5 yards every time if you're Coach Jeff Smith.
And a great job there by number 10, Cardavian Myers for Piedmont. He's a much smaller guy than DJ Roden, but he sticks his hat in there and makes a good job slowing down DJ Roden to get him tackled there where a host of Bulldogs can come in. And another thing you'll notice here tonight, Walter Wellborn doesn't have a true left guard and a true left tackle. They do strong side, weak side, so those linemen flip-flop depending on what they want to look in their formations.
2nd down and 6. Roden again. Roden to the 39. Well, they'll say his knee touchdown at the 38, so it's just a pickup of 3. It will be 3rd down and 3 for Wellborn. They'll need the 41. This may be one of the fastest games we've had all year, Cody, if they continue to run the football like this. We're already 2.5 minutes into the football game. The clock has stopped only once thus far, and that was to move the chains on the initial 1st down for Wellborn. And just as I say that, what do? They go up top, an incomplete pass on the 3rd down and 3 call, and it will bring up 4th down for the Panthers, and in comes the punting unit.
And there you see quarterback Austin McQueen throws to number 10, wide receiver Spencer Screws, and that's an incomplete pass. He threw that ball just a little bit too early as he was feeling pressure from this Piedmont defensive front. As you see Piedmont going with 5 men on the line, and that's something you'll see all night, and forces the punt for Walter Wellborn. That's a huge win for this Piedmont defense early in the ball game.
It's Chandler Cup. Good snap to Cup, the punter. Blanchard will field it at the 38. Blanchard will return it, or from the 33, he will take it to the 38. That's a 5-yard return. And Piedmont football now, 1st down at their own 38-yard line.
Number 31, Kane Pitts, a junior for Wellborn, down the field for the tackle. And that was a pretty great coverage right there by the punting unit for Walter Wellborn as Piedmont starts at about their own 37.5-yard line to begin their first drive of this football game.
Taylor Hayes is the quarterback. Hayes, just a junior for Coach Steve Smith's Bulldogs, and that is Darnell Jackson into the open field. Jackson, one man to meet. He beat that man. He's got to go. Touchdown Piedmont on their very first play. 63-yard run by Darnell Jackson, and early lead for the Bulldogs.
And we've expected this out of Piedmont. They're a quick strike. They get a lot of momentum on their side. And that was a huge run by Darnell Jackson. Let's not take away the fact that that offensive line did a great job blocking and opening up a hole for him. And that was a huge run. And you know right now all the momentum is on that Piedmont sideline. Quick strike by Piedmont's offense. And you can tell Darnell Jackson is more than happy to have his pads back on tonight.
63 big ones by Jackson on the very first play for Piedmont on the offensive side. They lead 6-0. Kirk's kick is in the air. They now lead 7-0. 9 minutes exactly still to go in the opening quarter. Bulldogs with the early lead on the Friday Night Network.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you say In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes, or if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them. Auto Owners Insurance.
Parnell Insurance in Oxford is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
7-0 Bulldogs. Bulldogs kick back to the Panthers. Moore fills it at the 5. Moore's across the 20, and this time he's taken down at the 21. Another 16-yard return by Moore, and now Wellborn. Cody, are they shell-shocked? They could be, as they find themselves down by a touchdown.
You just got to settle down and run your offense the way you have all year. One thing we want to go back and talk about is that the kicking game has improved. As Easton Kirk was a little shaky on the year, but the point after there, he went 7 for 7 last week versus Pleasant Valley. He gets his first one here tonight.
Spencer Cruz to the near side, and they will run the football to the near side, and they'll pick up maybe 3 to 4 yards. First carry of the night for Jordan Montgomery. As Montgomery takes it to the 26. 2nd down and 6.
Number 55, Jamie Crutcher, the senior on this Piedmont defensive front, makes the tackle there. You're looking about a 5 to 6 yard gain for this Panther offense as they go to work from their own 31-yard line.
Roden in the backfield to the left of McQueen, the quarterback, Austin McQueen, and Roden will get the call. Roden got a hole that closed quickly at the 28-yard line. And again, it will be 3rd down and 3 for Wellborn.
It looked as though there for a second, Roden wanted to bounce it to the outside, but he realized he had a hole there, wanted to cut up field, and it closed in on him, as you said, Jeff. And they stop him just short of the 1st down. We're looking at 3rd and 3, another 3rd and 3 situation for this Panther offense. Let's see if they stick to the ground game or if they try to throw that quick slant or something up top to try to get this 1st down.
Spencer Screws is wide right. Single setback behind McQueen as he goes down under center is Roden. Roden gets a call, will not get the 1st down. Forward progress to the 30, and that's all they're going to give him. Fist is in the air by the official, indicating 4th down upcoming for the Panthers.
And at the bottom of that pile, once everyone cleared out, number 2, Darnell Jackson, he gets in there, gets low, slows Roden down, and allows the rest of these Piedmont defenders to swarm in and stop Roden short of this 1st down. Another big win for this Piedmont defense here tonight against this Walter Wellborn offense.
Chandler Cup will punt it away once more. That's Blanchard and TJ Fairs back deep. Heavy rush, but Cup got it away. It's hauled in by Blanchard at the 40. He reverses his field, but a lot of white jerseys there waiting on him. And Blanchard goes down after just a 2-yard return. But it will be Bulldog football at their own 42.
Number 58, Dalton Epps, the junior for Walter Wellborn, in on the initial hit on Bailey Blanchard. And Piedmont is set up on their own 42-yard line. As their offense gets the ball back, let's see what Piedmont draws up here, as they had a great opening play run for a touchdown by Darnell Jackson.
6:51 still to go here in the opening quarter. Piedmont with this, their 2nd possession of the night. They'll start at the 42, and Hayes will call his own number, and Hayes has got a hole. He bounces off a tackler in midfield, has a first down. He'll pick up 13 yards on the play, all the way down to the Wellborn 45-yard line, and that will advance the chains for the Bulldogs.
Hayes with the quarterback keeper. Last week, Hayes had a huge ball game for Piedmont. He had 200 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, and 95 yards rushing. And there we see him with the quarterback keeper. He takes it outside, basically hits that, kind of knocks off a would-be tackler, gets the first down. Great job by Taylor Hayes.
First down at the 45. And there goes Jackson again. He cuts outside, and he is taken down after 21 yards, this time from the 45 down to the 24. And he's slow to get up.
That's going to be...
Well, that's not Jackson, but it is a blue jersey over there.
That's going to be
Blanchard.
number 8, Bailey Blanchard.
Yeah. But good to see he got to his feet unassisted, made his way to the far sideline, and give Jackson 20 on the play down to the 25-yard line. It will be first down there for Piedmont.
Huge gainers back-to-back for this Piedmont offense as they're doing a great job moving the football down the field, and this Walter Wellborn defense hasn't had an answer so far tonight, Jeff.
Trips to the near side, and Hayes to throw. He's a left-hander. Looks, now he will run, and he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all he's going to do. Second down and 10 upcoming for Piedmont.
It looks as though he was trying to get the ball to number 9, his ex-receiver, Chase Keener, in the end zone, but there was double coverage. Great job in coverage by the Walter Wellborn defense, and Hayes has no choice but to keep that ball and try to get at least back to the line of scrimmage as he does, and it brings up a second and long situation for the Piedmont offense.
Demisio Elston made the tackle from his defensive tackle position, the sophomore for the Panthers. Second down 10 at the 25. 4 wide receivers, 2 to either side. Hayes to throw, no. How about a quarterback draw? And he gets 7-8 yards down to the 17-yard line. There to make the tackle for the Panthers was Jake Thrasher. Third down and 2.
Great job there with a front push by this offensive line as they mow over pretty much this defensive line for the Panthers and get a nice gain for the quarterback keeper by Taylor Hayes. And you got to believe somewhat in that situation, you had Darnell Jackson lined up in the slot. You thought the ball might go to him, and I think that's kind of what Wellborn was thinking on that play. And Hayes gets a nice gain, and it brings up about a 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4 situation for the Piedmont offense.
Piedmont needs the 15-yard line as they scrimmage from the 18. Hayes to throw. Will throw into the end zone. Penalty marker down. Pass is caught for the touchdown. That's Darnell Jackson, but will it stand? Flag down back at the line of scrimmage. The umpire, I think, has thrown his flag, and from the reaction of all 22 players, it will be against the offense, and that'll wipe off the touchdown toss from Hayes to Jackson.
And that was a great throw and catch by your quarterback and Darnell Jackson. Huge connection in the back corner of the end zone for a touchdown, but it's wiped away. I believe the call was against number 52, Javian Woods, the junior offensive lineman for Piedmont. It looked like it was a great block, but nonetheless, the official saw it a different way, and this ball gets backed up, and it brings up a 3rd and country mile for this Piedmont offense.
Yeah, 3rd down 15 from the 30. They need the 15 as Hayes will come into the huddle, bringing in this 3rd down call from the far sideline, and head coach Steve Smith. Trips to the near side as Hayes wants to throw under a lot of pressure, steps up in the pocket. He'll fire it out deep downfield, throwing into double coverage. The intended receiver down there was Cardavian Myers. On the coverage defensively for Wellborn, Jalen Booker, number 43. It's 4th down for Piedmont at the 30.
Hayes with an ill-advised throw there. He throws into double coverage, and he overthrows Cardavian Myers. That's still one of those throws you don't really want to make as you're here deep in Walter Wellborn territory. You don't want to kind of make a throw like that. It could result in a turnover, but it did, unfortunately, for this Piedmont offense. And here we go on 4th and long situation. Coach Smith loves what his defense has done so far. He's going to go for it here on 4th down.
They will go, and they need 15. And Hayes wants to throw, does throw, wide open, threw it behind him. Pass intended for Brazier down near the 10-yard line. You can't get any more open than that, Cody.
He was wide open down the seam, was Austin Brazier, and that throw well behind him as he tried to turn his body and put a hand on it. He couldn't quite snag that one and bring it in, and rightfully so. That would have been a hard catch to make. It would have been a big highlight for tonight if he would have brought that ball in. But nonetheless, it's a turnover for the Piedmont offense, a huge win for the Walter Wellborn defense as they get the ball here on their own 29, 30-yard line.
And a big penalty also against Piedmont, wiping off what would have been their second touchdown of the evening. Running the football is Montgomery down up to the 33 for a pickup of 3. Let's go down to the field and join the third member of our broadcast crew, Caroline Saunders, with an update.
Guys, Walter Wellborn has had a couple short runs tonight, but the last time I saw this Piedmont defense, they just kept loading up on the run, and it was impossible for really anyone except the quarterback to run the ball. If Wellborn wants to win this game, they need to start completing some short passes up front and gain some yards and momentum. Jeff, back to you.
Second down and 7 from the 33-yard line. Well, that's kind of the old Notre Dame box look there that Coach Mike Battles brought to Wellborn many years ago. Loses 2 yards, however, back to the 31. It's third down and 9.
And there you see both times, back-to-back plays, number 11, Austin McQueen lines up under center, but then he moves over as a blocking back, and they go Wildcat. And the first time it was number 6, Jordan Montgomery, carrying the ball, and that time it was DJ Roden. So it looks as though Coach Jeff Smith wants to kind of see if he can trick this Piedmont defense, but they're doing a great job right now. They're sticking to assignment football, and they're not letting all these formation shifts and player changes get in their heads and mess with them here a little bit.
Timeout on the field taken by Wellborn. We'll take a break with them. You're watching the Friday Night Network.
When you wanted fast, when you needed speed, we've always been the one. Well, now, the fastest just got faster. Introducing Ultra 100 Internet from Cable One. Experience speeds up to 100 megs. Welcome to Ultra 100 Internet.
Cable One, the fastest just got faster.
Timeout on the field taken by Wellborn prior to this third down call upcoming, as the Panthers will be facing third down and 9 from their own 31-yard line.
And here in third and 9 situation, they're going with the empty backfield.
Snap back to McQueen, who wants to throw, has time, airs it out deep downfield, and it is incomplete. Had 3 receivers out there in the same neighborhood, and it falls between all 3. Incomplete. Blanchard on the coverage back there defensively. Alexander there as well for the Bulldogs. It's fourth down and 9.
Looked as though McQueen was trying to get that football to his running back, number 26, P.J. Harris. But Blanchard does a great job getting inside his hip and staying in coverage there, and just a little bit overthrown. I don't think even if that was right there near P.J., I don't think he would have caught it because Bailey Blanchard had great coverage.
Heavy rush, but Cup gets the kick away. It's fielded by Fairs. It's not fielded by Fairs. It bounces off his shoulder pad, and Wellborn recovers it. First big break of the night. Falling on that loose football was Jordan Montgomery for Wellborn, and the Panthers are in business at the Piedmont 40-yard line.
Huge turnover for this Walter Wellborn team, as they needed something like that to kind of spark their team, as the momentum seemed to be all on the Piedmont sidelines right there. TJ Fairs just messes up and puts this Walter Wellborn team in great field position as they start on Piedmont's 40-yard line.
First and 10 with trips you see to the top of your screen. McQueen, a quick pass to the near side, but not going very far. On the receiving end again was DJ Roden to the short side of the field, and the pursuit of Piedmont takes him down for no gain.
Great job by the junior, number 3, Kobe McFry, as he gets out there into the open field and makes a great tackle. Bailey Blanchard comes in at the end to kind of seal the deal, but a great job by number 3, Kobe McFry.
Second down, McQueen to throw. Does throw. Got a receiver. Got Montgomery at the 25, down the far boundary 20. Cuts back at the 15, 10 down to the 6-yard line. 34-yard pass play. from McQueen to his wide receiver, the junior, Jordan Montgomery. And Piedmont's in business now following the Piedmont turnover.
Huge game by Jordan Montgomery, the wingback, number 6. As he runs that out route, Bailey Blanchard is behind him by about 2 or 3 yards. Didn't quite have good coverage, and McQueen delivers that ball right to him. And you see Montgomery with a great mindset to get up the field. He realized where he was, and he got up the field and got another big gain, or a few more yards for this Panther offense.
At the 6-yard line, it's 1st and goal, and knocked down for a loss is Roden back near the 10-yard line. They were waiting on him right there as he tried to bounce it off right tackle, but again, blue jerseys galore. It's now 2nd down and goal, Panthers back at the 10.
And there you see Darnell Jackson come up from that safety spot. He shoots the gap and makes a great play on DJ Roden, as they're not allowing DJ Roden to do a lot tonight for this Panther offense. And they're getting up there close to the line of scrimmage, and they're pretty much begging Walter Wellborn to throw the football over their heads.
2nd down and goal. They will run Montgomery, and he's back to the 6. They lost 4 on the 1st down play. They got those 4 back on the 2nd down play. 3rd and goal, Panthers at the Bulldog 6.
And there you see number 6, the wingback, Jordan Montgomery, carry the football, gets back to around the 6-yard line, brings up a 3rd and goal situation, 3rd and 6 situation for this Panther offense. And if you're Coach Blanchard's defense right now, it'll be huge to get this 4th down or 3rd down stop and bring up 4th down. Not for sure if you're Coach Jeff Smith, you want to kick this or you want to try to go for it on 4th down.
Under a minute to go in the opening quarter. The play clock is at 5. Wellborn better hurry. 3rd down and goal at the 6. They get it off. McQueen to throw, does throw. High pass intended for Montgomery. It sails too tall for Montgomery to haul in. Incomplete. It's 4th down. And decision time for Coach Jeff Smith at the Piedmont 6-yard line.
Quarterback Austin McQueen rolls out. As you see, the wingback Jordan Montgomery comes out of the backfield. He's out there trying to catch that football in open space, and McQueen throws it a little high. And even if he would have caught that football, Bailey Blanchard was all over him in great coverage as he noticed that where the ball was going. And a great job by this Piedmont defense on 3rd down, and brings up a 4th and 6 situation. And I believe we've got a timeout by Walter Wellborn.
And we'll take a quick break as well. It's 4th and goal when we come back on the Friday Night Network.
We're not trying to hide behind anything. We're trying to be honest. And if you go on our website and look at our, say you pick out an F-150, not only will it show you what we will actually sell that vehicle for, it'll show you what the rebates are, what the rebates are for. It'll let you go ahead and submit your credit to buy that vehicle. If a dealer is not willing to put the price of their vehicle on the internet, say call for price or something like that, is that really a dealer you want to do business with?
And welcome back to the Field of Champions. 42 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. Wellborn, when play resumes, will have the football at the Piedmont 6-yard line with a 4th and goal, looking to take advantage of the first big break of the night as Piedmont muffed a kick.
And it's
muffed a punt.
And it sets up Walter Wellborn in great field position. They're down in the red zone. Piedmont's defense with their backs to the wall. And here you got to think the football is going to be put in the hands of DJ Roden, your star player, one of your star players, your leading rusher.
Here we go, 4th and goal. McQueen to throw, throws back to the near side and had him open, and that pass was dropped by DJ Roden. All he had to do, I think, Cody, was catch it, and he could have scooted into the end zone. It was kind of a throwback, wasn't it? McQueen rolled to the far side and threw it back to the near side.
Just a simple screen there, and it would have hit DJ Roden, or it did hit DJ Roden right in the hands. That, to me, it looked like that would have been an easy 6 as he had a wall of blockers in front of him, and he couldn't quite get that one in. I think he looked upfield a little bit more worried about that than bringing that football in, watching it into his hands. And if you're there, that's a huge win for this Piedmont defense. And you get the turnover, and you bail out your special teams. And here we see Darnell Jackson checking out of the game as Taylor Hayes brings this offense. They're starting this drive on their own 6.
1st and 10, final half minute of the first quarter. From the campus of Piedmont High School, Hayes will run it himself, and Hayes will be near a 1st down out to the 17-yard line. I think he will be just a bit short. It's second down now, just beyond the 16-yard line. No, they're going to stop the clock now, and they may move the chains. They are. No need to measure. The ball is actually closer to the 17. So a new set of downs for Piedmont.
Great blocking there by number 71, Mason Langley, at his left tackle spot, and number 28, Austin Brazier. As you see, Austin Brazier fills in one of the gaps and allows Taylor Hayes to get in out to open space. And out front of him was number 71, Mason Langley, with a great block, turning his man outside and allowed Taylor Hayes to get upfield and get the first down.
First down at the 17. Hayes again. Hayes, this time 16 yards to the 33-yard line. I mean, that's just snapping it back to the quarterback out of the pistol set, and off he goes. And Piedmont just a lot of success here in the opening 12 minutes.
Huge blocks by Austin Brazier and Deontay Alexander. Initially, Austin Brazier locks in on Joseph Harris, the defensive end, drives him outside, opens up that huge lane to the outside, and Deontay Alexander gets up ahead of Taylor Hayes, and I believe he blocked one of the cornerbacks, drove him back for a big gain for this Piedmont offense.
End of the first quarter, and after 12 minutes, the home-standing Piedmont Bulldogs with a 7-point lead on the Friday Night Network.
Since 1848, our bank has witnessed inventions that have changed the world. Conveniences such as the refrigerator, the light bulb, and the airplane were all created during the early days of our bank. VHS tapes, DVDs, smartphones, all invented while we were First National Bank of Talladega. Our name may have changed, but we have a rich history. First Bank of Alabama. We're still first, and so are you.
We move to the second period from the Field of Champions. I'm Jeff Ellison. To my right is Cody Spoon, and down there on the field is Caroline Saunders. And in Class 3A Region 6 tonight, it is Wellborn trailing Piedmont as we begin second quarter action. And Wellborn had a golden opportunity there just a moment ago on their previous possession, Cody, driving all the way down to the 6-yard line, but unable to punch it in. So Piedmont still clinging to this 7-point lead.
And this could have been ugly early, but Walter Wellborn taking advantage of that muffed punt and a turnover by Piedmont. And you see Piedmont began this drive as they held strong on defense, got the ball on their own 6, and they're still moving the football here early in the second quarter.
Hayes will give to Jackson. Jackson will bounce it outside, but he is greeted there by Jordan Montgomery, the junior. Of course, he plays both offense and defense, and the pursuit of Montgomery takes down Jackson for no gain.
The free safety, Jordan Montgomery, number 6. Huge open field tackle on number 2, Darnell Jackson. And that's going to get him back maybe to the line of scrimmage, quite possibly a yard loss, as it brings up a second and long situation for this Piedmont offense.
Second down, we'll call it 11 from the 33-yard line for Piedmont. It's Blanchard wide to the near side on the second down and 11 call. In motion is Myers, and Myers will get the handoff out of the motion play, and very short gain. However, DJ Roden comes up to make the tackle for Wellborn. It's a short pickup to bring up third down and 7 for Piedmont.
And that's a play we've seen work very well for this Piedmont offense at times. That speed sweep with number 10, Cardavian Myers, as he brings it up for about a 4-yard gain. And it brings up a 3rd and 7 situation for the Piedmont offense as we see number 2, Darnell Jackson, checks back into the football game. And you got to think in this situation, this could easily be a quarterback keeper in a 3rd and 7 situation when everyone thinks Darnell Jackson's getting the football.
Hayes to throw, does throw, and Alexander drops it. Thrown just a tad behind Alexander, but I think Deontay would be the first to tell you, should have caught that one.
As you said, the throw's behind Deontay Alexander, but he was able to get 2 hands on the football, and he drops it around the 50-yard line. And that would have been a big game for the Piedmont offense, yet another big game, but he drops the football, and Piedmont's going to punt this ball away from their own 37-yard line, and a big win for the Walter Wellborn defense.
Easton Kirk will punt it away for Piedmont. Jordan Montgomery set to return the Kirk punt. Good kick by Kirk. It lands at the 30. What a big roll it takes for Piedmont, all the way down to the 9-yard line. My goodness, that's a 58-yard punt by Piedmont, and that backs Wellborn up as they'll start this drive inside their own 10.
And there you see Walter Wellborn get the ball about the 9-yard line to begin this drive. 10 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the second quarter. That first quarter just flew by, Jeff.
Yeah, it did. Of course, both teams primarily running the football, and why shouldn't they? I mean, that's their bread and butter, right?
Coach Steve Smith has always said you got to run the football to win games, and here we see it tonight. As you said, both teams, their bread and butter is running the football.
First down at the 9-yard line. Wellborn will run the football, and they do off left tackle. It's just a short pickup on the play, however, maybe a gain of 3. They're running the football. That was Ked Harris, the sophomore for the Panthers.
Number 34, Ked Harris, sees a hole, cuts it upfield, but only a 3-yard gain for the Panther offense. And Piedmont, yet again, they're playing good assignment football. They're not allowing big runs, big gains on these runs. It's these small yardage runs that they're allowing, and that's a good thing for this Piedmont defense.
Second down and 7. Montgomery, blockers in front. Montgomery with a first down. Good execution on the second down play for Wellborn, and Montgomery will pick up 8 yards and move the chains out at the 20-yard line.
Number 6, the wingback, Jordan Montgomery with the carry, and Bailey Blanchard had him in the open field, but Montgomery kind of shook him off, and it allowed him to break out there and get a few more yards for the first down.
At the 20 now, as Wellborn was able to kind of get out of the hole as this drive started at their own 10, and now McQueen will lose 4 yards as he is sacked back at the 16-yard line. I think that was that Bobbitt there to make the tackle? I think it was.
Great job by number 58, Chase Bobbitt, in pursuit, the junior on the defensive line for Piedmont, as he comes in behind for the nice sack. And I believe even if McQueen would have kept that football, he was running right into number 28, Austin Brazier for Piedmont. So just a broken play there, and a great job by this defense for Piedmont as they break up that play and get the big sack. And here you see in the Wildcat, Montgomery.
Montgomery is in there on the second down and 14. Montgomery will run it himself, but not very far. Just a pickup of 2. Third down and 12 now for Wellborn at their own 18-yard line.
And that was another great play by number 58, Chase Bobbitt, as he gets into the backfield. He fires off the football, gets in the backfield, and comes from behind to take down a very quick wingback in Jordan Montgomery. He was lined up in the Wildcat. And that's a great play for the Piedmont defenses. They're a little bit too quick at times for this offensive line for Walter Wellborn. Sets up a 3rd and long situation for the Panthers.
8 minutes to go in the first half, and McQueen will air it out deep. Montgomery's out there. There's a fight for it. Montgomery caught the football at the 44. What a reception there by Montgomery, and we'll have to take a look at that one again. Myers on the coverage defensively for Piedmont.
There you see, under pressure, McQueen just heaves the football up in the air and allows the athleticism of Montgomery to kind of get himself open. He gets in front of Cardavian Myers and makes a huge catch. That's a big gain for the Panther offense on a 3rd and long situation.
That is a 3rd and 12 conversion for Wellborn on the 26-yard pass play. Now they'll run Harris to the near side. Short gain, however, as Pat Harris, a sophomore, goes down at the 46. He'll pick up only a couple.
They come to the short side of the field with P.J. Harris. Cardavian Myers breaks down. He's about to make the tackle, but a great block out here on the edge by number 77, Gabe Gallagher, as it allows P.J. Harris to cut back inside, but only a couple of yards there for the Panther offense.
Second down and 8 for Wellborn. Halfback pass. Downfield, Screws is out there. It is nearly picked off. Good coverage that time by Myers. The intended receiver was Spencer Screws, and it falls incomplete.
And that was a great job in coverage by Cardavia Myers. Both number 10, Cardavia Myers, and number 10, Spencer Screws, they were fighting down the field. As you see, number 34, Ked Harris, drops back, throws that football up on the halfback pass, and Cardavia Myers just gets inside there, almost had the pick the pick for the Piedmont defense.
3rd down and 8 now for Wellborn. Back to live action, and McQueen is sacked back at the 35-yard line on the 3rd and 8 call. And the sack will bring up 4th down for Wellborn, and they will, for the 4th time tonight, they'll be forced to punt the football.
Huge sack by Austin Brazier. He comes from that outside linebacker position, just shoots in there, passes the offensive lineman. I believe number 70, Taylor Borders, was supposed to have blocked him, but Austin Brazier just flew right past him, gets into the backfield. Huge sack by Austin Brazier and the Piedmont defense as it brings up a 4th and long situation.
Cup punts it away. Blanchard fields at the 37. Blanchard returns, got a blocker in front, and he's got clear sailing ahead. Blanchard's gonna go. Touchdown, Piedmont. This a 63-yard return, but we got a penalty marker down back at the 44-yard line on the far boundary. And you can see by Bailey Blanchard's reaction as he looks back, well, I thought I had me a punt return for 6, but we got to back them up here.
Going to have to wait and see what type of call this is as Bailey Blanchard takes that one to the house. But I believe it's going to come back.
63-yard punt return by Blanchard. You know, the only score of this game was the 63-yard run by Darnell Jackson, the first offensive play of the game for Piedmont. And since that time, you know, no scoring at all. Both teams have threatened. Here's the call.
On the return, we have a hold. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. 1st down.
They're going to call a hold against Piedmont. And man, was that a great return by Bailey Blanchard. I know it doesn't really matter now. It was wiped out, but he used great vision and patience. And he shows a burst of speed around the 40-yard line, takes it to the house. Here we see he's patient right there, and he finds his hole. He gets outside, and he cuts it back. Great block there by number 9, Chase Keener. Springs him into the open field, and there we see the speed by Bailey Blanchard. And this Piedmont coaching staff not happy with that call. As we were following Bailey Blanchard, we didn't get to see the hold call back here on the backside. But nonetheless, this Piedmont offense gets the ball at their own 34-yard line.
Well, the 1st and 10 to start this drive, and there is Jackson, and he weaves his way into the secondary, fumbles the football. I think Piedmont may have fallen on it back at the 44, and they did.
Almost a very costly turnover for the Piedmont offense. Darnell Jackson makes contact with one of the members of the secondary here for Walter Wellborn as he was getting spun around. I believe it was number 4 for Walter Wellborn. Quandarius Moore came in, and I believe he punched that football right out of Darnell Jackson's arms. But Piedmont jumps on top of it, fortunately for them, and they start here at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, turns out to be an 11-yard gain on the play, and on 1st down, Hayes wants to throw, got Brazier. Brazier's got it, bounces off a tackler, and moves his way down to the 32-yard line. Major league collision there as Brazier was able to hold on to it and takes it down to the 32.
A great catch by number 28, Austin Brazier. And here we see it. Hayes drops back. He sees Austin Brazier wide open. Austin Brazier takes a shot, but you see him. He holds on to the football, gets about 4 or 5 more yards. And Jalen Booker looked as though he was going to take down Austin Brazier, but he gets put flat on his back. And Austin Brazier gets a huge gain for the Piedmont offense.
That's a 24-yard pass play from Hayes to Brazier. And on 1st and 10, a quick pass over there to Jackson. And they're going to say that's an incomplete pass. Okay. Hayes was going down, and to avoid the sack, he just kind of flipped it out there to Jackson, but the ball hit the turf, incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
Great penetration by Jamisio Elston as he comes into the backfield virtually unblocked, and it forces Hayes to just pitch the ball out, trying to get it out of his hands before he's brought down to the ground. And the officials say he was down before he pitched that ball out there to number 2, Darnell Jackson.
5:09 to go here in the second quarter from the Field of Champions. Second down and 10. Hayes to throw. Hayes will throw downfield. Got Blanchard out there. It's incomplete. Booker on the coverage there. He came across. I thought he may have come out of there with it. Maybe the INT, but incomplete, and it's third down and 10.
It looked as though Jalen Booker would have had the interception there. I thought he was coming away with that football as he stepped right in front of Bailey Blanchard. As here we see Hayes drop back, makes a pretty solid throw, but Booker comes over. He tried to catch the ball with one hand. It looked like he just stuck one hand out there, even though he could have put two on the ball. But nonetheless, it brings up a third and long situation for the Piedmont offense.
I think that was a situation where the defender and the receiver both alligator armed it. They could hear the footsteps of one another. Hayes on third down and 10 will be stopped short of the first down, but he does pick up 5 down to the 26. Fourth down and 5 now upcoming, and decision time for our 10th-year head coach Steve Smith, looking for win number 100 here tonight as the Bulldog head coach.
4th and 4 situation for the Piedmont offense, and Coach Steve Smith is going for it here on 4th down. As we talked about before, he's pleased with what his defense has been able to do so far in the football game. You can take chances like these, and let's see what Piedmont does here in a 4th and 4 situation.
They need the 21. Hayes will run it himself. He's got a whole lot of yardage and another first down. Boy, he just bounced it outside to the right of the offensive line, and there was nobody out there until he crossed the 20-yard line, and down at the 17, it's first down Piedmont.
Huge lead blocks by number 28, Austin Brazier, number 25, Deontay Alexander. They get there to the outside to seal the edge off for Taylor Hayes. And outside, Bailey Blanchard, he holds on just long enough with his block to allow Taylor Hayes to get the first down. The tackler comes up and makes the tackle eventually, but it gets the first down and sets Piedmont up inside the 20-yard line. First and 10.
Jackson and Alexander are the running backs, and Jackson gets the handoff from Hayes. He moves inside the 15. He's to the 13. Make it the 14. It's a pickup of 3. It's second down and 7. Piedmont, under 4 minutes to go here in the opening half.
And that's one of those runs right there that I talked with Coach Smith about Darnell Jackson. He said the only thing he could say is Darnell Jackson reminds him of an old school player that power run every play, looks for the contact. He's not going down till he hears the whistle blow, or you got multiple guys taking him down. And that's one of those plays he said he would like for Darnell to just kind of fall over and let the tackle happen. But nonetheless, 2nd and 6 situation here for Piedmont.
Hayes, and this is Jackson. Jackson is into the end zone for the touchdown. Touchdown Piedmont as Jackson takes it in from 14 yards out. I scanned the field. I see no flags this time, so the play will stand, and the Bulldogs move up by 2 scores.
Great blocking outside. You see Darnell Jackson with the handoff. Number 9, Chase Keener with a great block, and just a little bit of a late hit there by number 6, Jordan Montgomery, the free safety for Walter Wellborn, as Darnell Jackson was clearly in the end zone, but the officials didn't call that one. And here we see Piedmont lining up for the extra point. As we talked about last week, Easton Kirk went 7 for 7. He's improved on his extra points. Let's see if he can hit this one. It'll be a second one tonight.
Blanchard will hold. And yes, Kirk is 1 for 1 on the evening. Blanchard is, make that Kirk. Kirk is 2 for 2 now as that one sails through. 3:12 to go here in the opening half. Wellborn on trailing Piedmont by 14 on the Friday Night Network.
In a world that's ever-changing, you have to be sure that your choices are the right choices. At Central Alabama Community College, you'll know you made the best choice. We understand that you need the best educational opportunities. Whether choosing a technical degree program, taking courses to transfer to a 4-year college or university, or being a part of our national championship winning traditions, Central Alabama will provide you with courses and degree programs in tune with today's workplace. Get a sharper focus on your life by choosing one of our 3 convenient locations: Alex City, Childersburg, and Talladega. Central Alabama Community College. Central to you. Central to your success.
It's now a 14-0 Piedmont lead over Wellborn as the Bulldogs will kick once more. to the Panthers. And this final 4 minutes here of the first half, very important, Cody, for Wellborn. They really need to get something on the scoreboard, I would think, before halftime.
Their defense has did a great job getting a turnover, and then their special teams coverage. TJ Ferris had that muff punt, and they set them up in great field position. The offense just can't seem to really get anything going tonight, and that's a credit to Coach Blanchard, the defensive coordinator for Piedmont, and his defense, as they're doing a great job with assignment football. And here we see them with start at 1st and 10 with 3 minutes left in the second quarter.
Let's go down to the field. Here's Caroline.
Guys, after that last Wellborn possession, the offensive line coach was not happy with his line. Before every snap, he kept telling the guys to block. And one of the staples, as y'all know, of a wing T offense is having a strong offensive line. So if they're not blocking, the rest of the offense can't do their job. And you can definitely feel the tension here on the sidelines. And we'll see here if adjustments have been made this possession. Jeff, back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Caroline. And on the first down play, Montgomery has 5 yards. And yeah, that wing T formation, a lot of defensive coordinators, they spend many restless nights preparing for, and 5 yards there for the Panthers on first down. Here's a high snap from center. McQueen goes back, and he'll just take a knee back at the 20-yard line. We saw a lot of that early in the year by a number of teams. Lately, or here often, we have not seen that, but the high snap there to McQueen, it's going to cost Wellborn about 10 yards. And now Piedmont wants and gets a timeout with 2:29 to go in the first half. The Bulldogs up 14-0 on the Friday Night Network.
People come from everywhere to get their deal from Bill Stanford. They come from Ashland, Brompton, Lineville. They come from Moody, Munford, Coldwater, Birmingham, Talladega, Lincoln, Riverside, Heflin. There's no better deal than a Talladega Bill deal.
Right now, all GMC Sierras are at or below supplier price. Save over $2,900 on this 2015 GMC Sierra at Bill Stanford.
Come on out to Bill Stanford in Talladega.
There you see the 5-1 Piedmont Bulldogs. Their only loss of the year, a 29-12 setback at the hands of the defending Class 4A state champion Leeds Green Wave. It will be 3rd down and 20 for Wellborn when we resume play. Piedmont just using one of their timeouts here in the first half. If they can hold here, they may have an opportunity to add some more points on the board. There is a sack by Bobbitt. I mean, it just came in untouched. Bobbitt there for the big sack against McQueen all the way back near the 12-yard line.
Here we see he goes unblocked virtually. Number 57, he just didn't see Chase Bobbitt coming, and he gets a huge sack, does Chase Bobbitt. It brings up a 4th and super long for this Walter Wellborn offense. And I believe number 57, Chandler Cupp, was supposed to have had Chase Bobbitt, but he engages number 21, Logan Smith, for Piedmont. And 2:21 remaining here in the second quarter.
There you see Coach Jeff Smith, head coach, now in his 7th year at his alma mater, the Wellborn Panthers. Of course, he played there back in the mid-'80s and was an all-state performer, as a matter of fact, for the Panthers back in his high school days. It will be 4th down and 28 for Wellborn now at their own 12-yard line. And with Cupp punting once again, Cody, you would think, or at least expect, Piedmont to get good field position for what could be their final possession of the half.
And if you're Piedmont, just take care of the football here. You're going to get it in great field position. You've got plenty of time on the clock to get down and score 6 points. So here we'll see, as you said, them Panthers punt the football away.
Good snap, heavy rush, but he got it off. And fair catch taken in by Blanchard at the 37-yard line. That's just a 25-yard punt, no return. Piedmont first down at the Wellborn 37-yard line, leading by 14.
And you see there were 3 Bulldogs that got in there and applied a lot of pressure to Cupp to get that football off. As it looked as though Deontay Alexander almost had a hand on that football, but Cupp gets it out, and Bailey Blanchard fields it at the 37-yard line as the Bulldogs are in great field position. 2:16 remaining on the clock in the first half. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line for the Piedmont offense.
Blanchard to the right. To the near side is Keener along with Mitchell. Hayes to throw on first down. He will throw. Wide open is Keener at the 25 down to the 23. A 14-yard toss from Hayes to Keener, and that will move the chains.
As you see, Taylor Hayes rolls out to the right. He ends up throwing that football across his body, but on the crossing route, you see Chase Keener wide open, and a big gain for the Piedmont offense on first down. And here we have 1st and 10 from the 23, clock rolling with 2 minutes remaining.
Hayes will give to Jackson. Jackson has 6 to the 17, make it 7 to the 16. 2nd down and 3 now for Piedmont. And again, Piedmont just one timeout remaining here in the final 1:45 of the second quarter. Blanchard to the right. Mitchell and Keener to the near side. 2nd down and 3 at the 16. Jackson again. Jackson's at the 10. Jackson's at the 5. Give him 6. He's into the end zone. Touchdown. His 2nd TD of the evening. Darnell Jackson from 16 yards out. And Piedmont increases its lead now as they move on top by 20.
Here we see Darnell Jackson takes the handoff. It's going to be 23 Power, I believe. And he just takes that ball right up the middle. Underappreciated guys. Number 9, Chase Keener. Number 1, Will Mitchell out wide. Great blocks by them down the field. As you see, Darnell Jackson runs over Jordan Montgomery as he goes into the end zone for the Bulldog touchdown.
That's a 3-play, 37-yard drive. The point after is up. The point after is between the pipes. It's good. And Piedmont now on top big, 21-0 over Wellborn. We are FNN.
Oops, had a fender bender? Have them tow it or take it yourself to Wesley's Paint and Body. Baker Reynolds and his guys have been this area's go-to team for quality automotive body repair and paint work for years. All makes and models, foreign or domestic. They take them crashed and make them look like new. And with Wesley's larger new facility, including 2 full-size paint booths, they can get you fixed up fast. Always free estimates, best price on repair work, insurance claims welcomed, and service with a smile. That's Wesley's Paint and Body, Highway 78 East in Anniston.
Still 1:29 to go in the first half from the Field of Champions here in Piedmont, Alabama, here in North Calhoun County. The Bulldogs won the state championship. Can you believe it's been, 6 years now since they won it? 6 years?
It's going to be 2009.
Wow. 2009, I think that was, I know it was. An overtime win over Cordova to win the blue trophy. Piedmont kicks back to Wellborn. This is a return by Quandarius Moore, and Moore will be taken down at the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 now for Wellborn at their own 29. Down big here in the first half by 3 scores.
And I must say, Easton Kirk has improved a lot on his kickoffs, his extra points. We're seeing that here tonight. He was pretty good in punting situations as the punter for the Piedmont Bulldogs, but the coverage team for Piedmont gets down the field and doesn't allow a big return, and they have it so far tonight.
McQueen will give to Roden. Roden has 4 to the 33. 2nd down and 6.
Great job by number 3, Kobe McFry. He sticks his hat in there and hits DJ Roden and slows him down, and then a host of Bulldogs come in to bring him down to the ground. And that's one thing about tonight. This Piedmont defense is being very physical. They are not backing down to this wing T offense. A lot of times people see that, this wing T offense is very physical, especially up front. Piedmont not backing down, and they're winning this battle so far at the line of scrimmage.
We're at 40 seconds and counting. Running the football, Harris to the near side, but not much over here as he'll be taken down by Alexander at the 46. It will be 3rd down and 4, and unless Piedmont uses its final timeout, or Wellborn uses one, that may be the final play of the half. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, P.J. Harris looked as though he might break that one open for a 1st down. Deontay Alexander shows a pretty good burst of speed and brings him down from behind. As a good tackle by Deontay Alexander. And this clock's going to run out on the Panthers offense.
They will get the snap off and into the open field. This is Roden, and Roden is down at the 41-yard line as the horn sounds. Well, that was almost a big play there for Wellborn on the final play of the first half. And again, Piedmont up 21-0. We'll see that Piedmont is, well, you've got to enjoy their lead here as they have this 21-point lead over the Wellborn Panthers. And it started out with a big play, the very first play from scrimmage, Cody.
A huge touchdown run by Darnell Jackson. As we've seen him go to work this week, he was hungry after sitting out last week. And now we see down on the field Coach Jeff Smith having a conversation with the officials. He's clearly not happy about something. But, yeah, this Piedmont offense here tonight has just been explosive. The Piedmont defense, that's the thing tonight that's really impressed me. That Piedmont defense has played great so far tonight. You got to give them a lot of credit here in the first half. They have done an amazing job against this wing T offense.
21-0, the home standing Bulldogs of Piedmont with the lead. We'll be back on the Friday Night Network.
Oh, hey, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works?
No, sorry. Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
No, I'm fine, thanks.
it's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great. Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people.
Calhoun Insurance in Oxford is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
This is a nice place. How much do you think this is going to cost us?
I have no idea. Surely they'll show us some options.
I wonder if we should have asked.
At K.L. Brown Memory Chapel, we believe creating a service to match your budget is the best service we can offer.
I thought for sure it was going to cost more.
I'm so glad we can afford what we want.
Need a place to keep your tools?
Or a place to get away from the wife. Whatever your needs are, we got a barn or a carport for you.
With rent-to-own options and no credit checks, we can help you take home the right barn or carport today.
And with 4 different locations, we're just a short drive away.
So come see us in Glen Cove, Moody, Asheville, or Attala, and let our family help your family get the barn or carport you deserve.
We build things that work the way you wish they would. Like a front-end loader you can detach from your seat. Or a mower deck you just drive over and cut through knee-deep grass no problem. Yep, we thought the same thing you did. That's why we build them this way. That's how we run. Nothing runs like a deer.
Every day is a great day to stop in a Samco Express Mart. You'll find plenty of snacks to choose from, and Samco has all your favorite drink brands, all nice and cold. You'll find those last-minute light grocery items you need, and a great variety of grab-and-go brands that's sure to cure any case of the munchies. There's lots of candy, mints, and gum, too. Make sure you fuel up before or after the game. With over 30 locations in the area, there's always one close by. Samco Express Mart.
People come from everywhere to get their deal from Bill Stanford. They come from Ashland, Brompton, Lineville. They come from Moody, Munford, Coldwater, Birmingham, Talladega, Lincoln, Riverside, Heflin. There's no better deal than a Talladega Bill deal.
Right now, all GMC Sierras are at or below supplier price. Save over $2,900 on this 2015 GMC Sierra at Bill Stanford.
Come on out to Bill Stanford in Talladega.
It's the game of the week on the Friday Night Network. Piedmont UC leading Wellborn 21-0 at the intermission. Down to the field, let's enjoy the Walter Wellborn High School Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, the award-winning Walter Wellborn High School Marching Highlanders.
The Walter Wellborn High School Panther Marching Band, band director Tim Harris. It was all Piedmont in the first half, as at the break they lead the Panthers by a count of 21-0. Halftime will continue. Stay with us on the Friday Night Network.
Your love will bloom with the Romance Bridal Collection. Each ring is a mirror to the natural splendor of sparkling diamonds with exquisitely crafted 18-karat gold designs. Every romance piece is exceptional in both quality and style and comes with a lifetime guarantee that assures its everlasting beauty. Come see Phyllis and the team at Glencoe Jewelry Sales for the Romance Bridal Collection and all of your jewelry needs.
When you wanted fast, when you needed speed, we've always been the one. Well, now, the fastest just got faster. Introducing Ultra 100 Internet from Cable One. Experience speeds up to 100 megs. Welcome to Ultra 100 Internet.
Cable One, the fastest just got faster.
Now what?
Let's go. That way.
Have fun out there on the compact, capable, and entirely new Pioneer 500 from Honda.
Visit Cycle World in Gadsden today or online at cycleworldonline.com.
For over 15 years, Advantage Tire has been the go-to place for all your wheel and tire needs. They carry all the top brands as well as do alignments, brake service, and even custom wheels. Advantage also provides exhaust work as well as windshields and wiper blades. Be sure to visit the friendly staff at 5750 Highway 202 in Anniston so you can get your car back on the road in no time. Call Advantage Tire at 256-792-3390.
Have you got the new car itch but don't want to take the plunge with a brand new car? How about getting the most car for the money at Avery Auto Sales? They have a large selection of cars with even some 2014s in the mix. And if you're worried about your credit, don't. They can help get you back on your credit feet with guaranteed approval. Check them out online at AveryAutoSales.net. Then when you see something you like, call them at 256-835-8897 for a test drive. Or just go by. Avery Auto Sales is located on Highway 78 East between Highway 78 and Snow Street in Oxford. That's Avery Auto Sales.
Piedmont on top of Wellborn. You see the score, 21-0. 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. Two big touchdowns there in the second frame has given Piedmont this comfortable lead here after 24 minutes of play. And back to the field we go for the Piedmont High School Marching Band. score here this evening, they'll have the football, first down and 10.
And if you're Walter Wellborn, your defense did a great job getting the football back after a huge opening return by Cardavian Myers. And for the Panthers offense, they've got to get this going here early in the third quarter and get some momentum here in the second half and see if they can put some points on the board. This is something, in my opinion, they desperately need at this point in the football game.
Yeah, in my opinion, too. From the 16, this is DJ Roden for 3 to the 19. Second down and 7. I see Bobbitt over there defensively for Piedmont also. That was McFry. We've called his name often tonight. Second down and 7.
And you can clearly see tonight Piedmont's defensive staff has done a great job with film study. They know DJ Rhodes, what he can do. And they're doing and they're doing a great job tonight versus him.
Second down and very little real estate on second down, just a yard maybe. Again, that's DJ Roden. Third down and 6. Now for Wellborn with 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Piedmont with the 21-point lead.
Great penetration by number 73, Logan Beatles. The young sophomore does a great job getting into the backfield and cutting down DJ Roden as it brings up a 3rd and 6 situation with 9 minutes left in the third quarter. And the Panthers offense needs to convert this for a first down if they want to do something on offense early in the second half.
And they better hurry up. The play clock's at 2. They did get it off Montgomery, and down he goes at the 20. Found absolutely nowhere to run the football. Again, Bobbitt there to make the tackle. I see Austin Brazier there defensively as well. Fourth down, and it's 3 and out on this possession for the Panthers.
And up front, this Piedmont defensive line is winning that battle in the trenches, and that's what you want to see in any football game. It all starts up front, and Piedmont's defense doing a great job tonight. Assignment football, just being physical, and here we see Cup punt the football.
Spiraling kick. Blanchard will field at his 45. Blanchard will return to midfield, and down he goes right there. Just a 5-yard return. Spencer Screws there for the special teams unit. Kane Pitts also there, number 31 for Wellborn. It's now at the 49-yard line of Wellborn. Piedmont has the football, 1st and 10.
If you're Piedmont, you've got to do a little bit better job. If you're going to throw the football here, you got to do a better job in pass protection early in the second half. You've done a good job so far tonight, a pretty good job so far tonight. So I expect Coach Smith to get the running game going here on first down.
Hayes gives to Jackson. Jackson has 5 to the 44. Did the ball pop loose? Wellborn is saying they have the football, but no indication by the striped shirts. There is a fight for it down on the turf. Now they're putting up 2 fingers. You see Randy Lovern saying second down. So it remains Piedmont football at the 45.
And a great show of strength by number 2, Darnell Jackson, at the bottom of that pile. Big number 76, Jamisio Elston, the 321-pounder, trying to rip that ball out of Darnell Jackson's hands after he fumbled it and recovered, but no going as Darnell Jackson keeps that football, retains possession for the Piedmont offense.
Now, Jamisio's a big one, Cody. From the 45, this is Alexander. Alexander Cup there to make the tackle. Never really brought him to the ground, but they stopped his forward progress at the 45, and from there, it's 3rd down and 6 now for Piedmont. 45-yard line. The line to make is the 39 for the Bulldogs. Next week, Piedmont will be right back here at home against Westbrook Christian. In 2 weeks, they travel to Weaver, and they close out the season 3 weeks from tonight against the Redskins of Aniana. 3rd down and 6. Hayes will keep it himself. Hayes, first down yardage, a pickup of 9. And that will indeed advance the chains for Piedmont. New set of downs with 6.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Design quarterback keeper there. As you see the backs get upfield and do a great job opening up a lane. Great job up front by the offensive line. Just overall blocking was pretty good on that play for Piedmont. As you see, the quarterback keeper gets the first down, and that's something we've seen time and time again. Over the years, Coach Smith has used his quarterbacks to get those first downs, get big gains, and we expect nothing less out of the young Taylor Hayes. And here we see Piedmont get started, 1st and 10 on the Panthers' 36.
Hayes to throw. Under a lot of pressure, and Hayes will throw it into the vicinity of Alexander at the very last moment. And that was really in a desperate situation, a good play by Hayes to get rid of it and avoid the sack.
And when Hayes rolls out, the defense for Walter Wellborn has done a great job keeping the backs out of the backfield for Piedmont from catching these quick passes, and that's all that was. Is Hayes was looking for number 25, Deontay Alexander, but Deontay Alexander covered very well by the Walter Wellborn defense, and Hayes has to look back across the field to try to make a play, and there's a lot of pressure from this defensive front seven for the Walter Wellborn Panthers, and he avoids a sack there.
Piedmont 2nd down, Brazier. And down he goes at the 35, no gain. DJ Roden there defensively for Wellborn. Also in on the stop was Joseph Harris. It's 3rd down and 10 now for Piedmont.
Big stop on 2nd down by this Panther defense. Brings up 3rd and 9 situation for the Bulldog offense. And we'll see what Steve Smith draws up here on 3rd and long.
They need the 25 on the 3rd down play. Wanting to throw is Hayes. He does throw, and there's Blanchard. They spot it at the 26, so he will be close to the 1st down. They'll take a long look at it right here as they put it down at the 26-yard line, and that's where and they will bring on the chains, I do believe, and yes, they will. This will be a measurement. They'll have to bring the chains all the way across the field. You talk about Steve Smith, Cody. His 10th year as head coach of Piedmont. Never had a losing season here at Piedmont, I understand. His only losing season as a head coach, you got to go back to Cedar Bluff back in 1995. So that's quite a resume.
There's no doubt about it, Jeff. A guy that goes into programs, and he's a rebuilding guy, a guy that can bring you consistency, bring you back to if you had some days where you're really good, you had a few down years, he brings you back. And there we see the 1st down by the Piedmont offense. So set up a fresh set of downs, but he's a guy that's done a lot of great things for this Piedmont athletics program overall, as he is the athletics director here at Piedmont. And just a great job so far in his career, his entire coaching career. As we saw him at Cedar Bluff. He had a lot of good teams there. Saw some great quarterbacks there at Cedar Bluff. One that comes to mind, Jamie Hampton, ended up playing at Troy. So Coach Smith had some talent and done a lot of great things as a head coach over the years.
And Steve Smith here at Piedmont, in 7 of the 10 seasons here, he's had double-digit wins. I mean, winning 10 or more in 7 of the 10 years is, boy, that's hard to match or hard to beat, certainly. It is a 1st down, as Cody said, from the 26, and there goes Darnell Jackson for another 1st down to the 13-yard line. And that will move the chains again, as Piedmont is really, if they get some points here, Cody, this may be the understatement of the night, but if they score here, you've got to like their chances to walk away with their 6th win of the year.
You're right, Jeff. And one thing I like, you notice Darnell Jackson running the football, and we go back to the style of player he is, the style of runner he is, and you see yards after contact are some of the biggest things that you see with him. You like it there. He got stopped about 3 or 4 yards shorter than what he ended up gaining. So physical running there by Darnell Jackson.
And Alexander is hit immediately by DJ Roden in the backfield. I mean, that was, Hayes could have handed off to either of the number 25s out there, it seems.
Roden read that play very well, gets in the backfield, takes down Deontay Alexander along with a host of Panther defenders. As you said, he was just in the backfield as soon as Hayes handed that football off. And it brings up a 2nd and 12 situation here in the 3rd quarter with about 4 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, rather fast-paced 3rd quarter, as it's been primarily the ground game for both these teams. 2nd down, and something we have not had often tonight is penalty flags, but we have one right there thrown by the official on the far side.
I believe we're going to have offsides against the Panther defense, as that hard count got them to jump offsides. They were going to blitz on that play.
on the defense. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
And that moves the football down to the 11-yard line. And from there, it will be second down, and we'll call it 7. Really, the ball's near the 10-yard line. Second down. 21-0. Piedmont on top of Wellborn here. Just under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. It was a 21-0 Bulldog lead at halftime, and the Bulldogs are driving once more. And that is Taylor Hayes, and Hayes has got the first down near the 1-yard line. It will be first and goal for the Bulldogs, just knocking on the door and looking to make this a 4-touchdown lead.
And that was just great blocking by the entire front for Piedmont, and they opened up a hole big enough to drive a truck through, basically, and Hayes runs it down, physical run down to about the 2.5, maybe 2.5-yard line there. So just a great run by Taylor Hayes, and he sets Piedmont up in great field position to go up by a score of 28-0.
Got 3 receivers in the game. Brazier is to the right of the quarterback, Hayes. Hayes will run it himself, and did he get in? Yes, he did. Touchdown Bulldogs, and they move on top now 27-0 on the 2-yard run by Taylor Hayes. Taylor Hayes. I know a guy named Tyler Hayes, as a matter of fact. But that's not him. That's Taylor Hayes. And touchdown Piedmont. And now it's a 27-0 Bulldog lead.
A great touchdown run here by Taylor Hayes, one of the leaders on your football team, as he takes this one out wide to the wide side of the field and takes it in for a touchdown. Puts another 6 on the board, point after pending.
49-yard drive by the Bulldogs. Kirk in for the extra point. Snap, spot, kick. It's all good. Timeout on the field with 3:05 to go, third quarter. Bulldogs in control, 28-0 on the Friday Night Network.
At Food Outlet, our lineup starts with the freshest produce in town.
When you shop with us, you score every day with the freshest meat and the best selection.
Pre-game, halftime, even after the game, we have all the snacks and soft drinks that you need.
We're your hometown team.
And you'll always score a touchdown at Food Outlet, where great service at low prices is how we do business.
Food Outlet, with locations in Alexandria, Anniston, Bynum, and Pell City. Go to shopfoodoutlet.com for weekly specials. And remember to like us on Facebook.
A 49-yard drive by the Piedmont Bulldogs has given the home team a 28-0 lead. Big crowd on hand here tonight. A lot of folks coming out knowing the importance of this one. And as far as region play is concerned and positioning, of course, as most everyone knows, the top 4 teams in the region will advance to postseason play. So right now you've got Piedmont, Glencoe, Wellborn, and Weaver, the top 4 teams right now. That, of course, is subject to change here in 3A Region 6. Moore on the kick return takes it to the 18-yard line, and Wellborn with a 1st and 10.
Great coverage yet again by the special teams unit for Piedmont. So they've done a good job, and we need to, I just want to allude to it again. Easton Kirk is now 4 for 4 tonight on extra points. Went 7 for 7 last week, 4 for 4 this week. He's doing a great job improving, as that's something he needed to do in the second half of the season. That'll be very beneficial moving in to the rest of the season and on into the postseason.
McQueen toss near side Harris. And Harris has a gain of about 7 yards on the play to bring up, I'll make it about 8 yards on the play to bring up a 2nd down and 2 for Wellborn. Logan Smith, the freshman, there to make the stop.
Great job by this Wellborn offense there on 1st down. It looks as though they might have this 1st down.
Yeah, I said an 8-yard pickup, but he got a better spot than I first thought. So he is near the 1st down marker at the 28. Jeff Ellison, Cody Spoon, Caroline Saunders down on the field. FNN's coverage, our game of the week tonight from Piedmont, Alabama. The Bulldogs hosting the Wellborn Panthers. Short of the 1st down, it will be 2nd down, less than a yard at the 28-yard line. The final minutes of the third quarter. Piedmont led 21-0 at halftime. They led 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. This game started, well, it started for Piedmont offensively on their first play of the game. Following a Wellborn possession, they punted back to Piedmont in the first quarter. In the very first play, Darnell Jackson takes it 63 yards for the touchdown. So, Cody, you talk about getting off on the right foot. That's exactly what Piedmont was able to do here tonight.
Exactly, Jeff. Just a great job by Piedmont getting off to a great start, something you need in a ball game like this, and they've continued here throughout the first half and early into the second quarter.
And Roden, running to the near side, has the first down at the 30-yard line to move the chains for Wellborn. Again, Deontay Alexander. How many tackles has he made tonight from his linebacker position? First down now, Wellborn scrimmaging at the 30.
We've called Deontay Alexander's name a lot tonight. He's putting his hat in there and doing a great job at that middle linebacker position. As you see, this entire Piedmont defense has been physical so far, and Walter Wellborn trying to get a drive going here with 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
McQueen will run it himself. He's tripped up but falls forward for 4. To the 34-yard line, Logan Beatles in on the stop for Piedmont. Also Jamie Crutcher, second down and 6 for Wellborn.
Good job getting in there by Beatles and Crutcher. As they get in and make initial contact, I believe Crutcher made initial contact. Beatles brought him on down to the ground. Brings up a 2nd and 5 situation.
Tucker and Montgomery wide to the far side. As McQueen will run the football as he hands to Roden. Short gain on the play up near the 37, maybe 38-yard line. Will be third down, about 2 for Wellborn with a minute to go here in the third quarter. Again, you talk about Austin McQueen, the quarterback for Coach Jeff Smith's Panthers. Just a 10th grader. He'll be around a couple of more years, and everybody knows he's going to get a whole lot better. Not too bad now, is he, huh? On third down and 2, they'll run Montgomery. Kind of an inside reverse there, and it didn't go very far. It resulted in a loss of yardage. It's 4th down and 3 now for Wellborn.
Your quarterback, McQueen, hands it off to the wingback, Jordan Montgomery. As you said, loses yardage there. Big win for this Piedmont defense yet again. Panthers can't seem to get anything going on offense, and the Piedmont defense will force the Panthers to punt the football yet again here as time winds down in the third quarter.
Yeah, Chandler Cup getting a workout here tonight as far as the punting chores are concerned, and he'll kick it away once more. High short kick, fair catch, taken by Blanchard at the 36-yard line with 5 seconds to go here in the third quarter. So we'll get one more play, and then we'll head to the 4th and final from the Field of Champions, our game of the week here on FNN, the Friday Night Network. Jeff Ellison, Cody Spoon, and Caroline Saunders from the old ballpark here this evening. Piedmont 5-1 on the year, looking to move on to 6-1 and 5-0 in region play. And boy, that sounds mighty good if you're a Bulldog fan, I'm sure, Cody. 5-0 in the games that count.
Jeff, just can't ask anything more out of this Piedmont team in region. 5-0, the only loss to Lee's, but that really doesn't matter at this point. That's in the past, and moving forward, they've got some tough teams remaining, but they're doing a good job against some of the top teams in this region. That's
Myers in motion, and Myers will run the football up near the first down at the 46-yard line. He'll be stopped short. Horn sounds, and that is the end of the third quarter. From the Field of Champions, we head to the 4th and final. It's Piedmont 28, Wellborn nothing on the Friday Night Network.
Well, it's a bad tactic. What happens is customers get these mailers and they're told that if they win $2,000 for showing up at the dealership or $20,000, and when they get there, it's never the case. It's just simply to get them in there and pull their credit and see if they can buy a car, and it's really dishonest. It's a bad way of doing business, and we're just not going to do that. So come on down to the sunny side of the street and ask for me, Shane Denny. It's where a handshake still matters.
After 3 periods of play, it's 28-0 Piedmont. And when play resumes, it will be second down and short. The ball just beyond the 46-yard line. Wellborn, Cody, I hate to talk about body language, but you can just somewhat see. I'm not saying the guys have given up, because they have not, and I know that, and everyone knows it, but still, you look at that scoreboard, and it's got to be disheartening if you're a Panther fan.
It is, and one thing about it, they've just, honestly, Piedmont's just dominated the game. They've beat this Walter Wellborn team up, and it's kind of showing here. As you said, they're not giving up, but they have been beat up here tonight.
Second down, less than a yard. Darnell Jackson has the first down and more. That's a gain of about 4 when he only needed about a half yard, and that will move the chains and move the football on Wellborn's side of the 50 now at the 49 from there, 1st and 10.
First down run for Darnell Jackson. Deontay Alexander with a great block out there, and I believe one of the receivers for Piedmont downfield missed a key block, and that might have sprung Darnell Jackson out into open space to possibly take that one to the house, but Montgomery makes a good job making the play, but nonetheless, Piedmont still gets the first down.
At the 49. Jackson again, 3 yards this time. He's met by number 14, Jake Thrasher, just to pick up of 3. These two teams did not play each other for a rather long time, more than 3 decades. From 1971 to 2008, they never met. However, they did resume play in 2008, and since 08, they played 3 times, and Piedmont's won all 3 of them in 08, in 09, and then a year ago, 2014. From the 46, it's 2nd and 7, and it's Jackson again for 4. Make it 5 to the 41. 3rd down and 2 now for Piedmont. Cody, they're doing the right thing here as far as Piedmont. They know they're just looking to run clock here, keep it on the ground, maybe pick up first downs in the process, and get out of here with another win in region play.
Coach Steve Smith's play calling right now. He's just running these simple plays. He's running right at the defense, and he's doing a great job just running this clock. As you said, you want to get out of here and get this region win, and doing a great job so far here tonight.
From the 41, it's 3rd and 2. Hayes has the first down and more to the 32-yard line. It's a pickup of about 10. Wellborn there, that's Jamiron Curry, the sophomore, the 10th grader, and will make the tackle. That's going to move the chains, and another first down for Piedmont. Quickly down to the field, get an update from Caroline.
Guys, after Piedmont's opening possession of the game, the offensive line came to the sidelines. It was a little defeated, but their offensive line coach came over to them and just patted them on the back and said, "It's okay, guys. We'll get them next series, and we'll execute after that." And, guys, Piedmont has just continued after that touchdown, and just this last possession to just continue to execute. Guys, back to you.
1st and 10 at the 32 for Piedmont. This is Myers in motion. And this is Hayes keeping it himself right up the gut and near another first down. He's got another first down as he picks up 11 yards on the play down to the 21, and another chain mover.
Huge hole to run through yet again up front. This Piedmont offensive line is doing a great job in the trenches. They've opened up some huge holes here tonight for these backs to run through. Design quarterback keeper right up the middle, right into the teeth of the defense for Walter Wellborn, and they can't stop it so far here tonight. It's just been all Piedmont. They have been the more physical football team clearly in this game, and Piedmont gets the fresh set of downs, and here they go with 9 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter.
And just using all of the play clock. The play clock's at 5. It's under 5 now, and they'll snap it at 2, and they'll hand it to Alexander. And Deontay Alexander has 3 down to the 17-yard line. Give him 4 on the play. Moore again there to make the stop. For Wellborn, it will be 2nd down and 6 at the 17.
And one thing you like out of this Piedmont team is in the big games they have done very well. overall, I mean, you got to look at some of the performances they've had against what many people consider one of the better defenses in the state in Class 3A against Glencoe. Put up over 600 yards of offense. They put up a lot here tonight versus a good Walter Wellborn team, and they've just been impressive.
2nd down and 6. Hayes will run it again, spins his way inside the 10 at the 5 and refuses to go down. Finally at the 4, the ball popped loose. Wellborn is saying they have the football, but the officials are yet to give any indication. And now they indicate, and Randy Lovern says, 1st down Wellborn. So Piedmont puts it on the ground down near the goal line at the 3-yard line. The ball popped loose from Hayes, and it's Wellborn football now at their own 3.
Taylor Hayes fighting for a few extra yards on that run and comes up with a turnover, does the Panthers defense, as he just fumbles that football. It was a great block by Deontay Alexander in the backfield as he laid Curry flat on his back, but doesn't matter now as Walter Wellborn gets his football back.
At the 3-yard line, they'll run the football to the 6 for a pickup of 3. It's 2nd down and 7 yards to go. Again, that was DJ Roden, the ball carrier.
And you got to think of the way this ball game has gone. You got the muff punt return down here. You've got that turnover inside the 5, and this ball game 28-0 Piedmont. This ball game could have been a lot worse. And if you're Coach Smith, when you go to film study on Sunday, you're going to go back and look at some of these things next week in practice. You got to tell your team, just imagine the even better performance we could have had we eliminated some of these mistakes we've had.
2nd down at the 6. Montgomery, a yard to the 7, and that's all. It will be 3rd down and 6. You look at the remaining schedule for Wellborn. Now, they only play a 9-game season. Next week, well, as a matter of fact, this is their last road game of the regular season here tonight. Their final 2 games are on the hill. Next week, they host Asheville. The following week, Ohatchee, and you would think that's 2 games there that they could win, Cody.
Walter Wellborn getting into the second half of their season. They're getting into the bottom half of the region, whereas Piedmont gets into the second half of the season. They face Glencoe early, but they've got the remaining top teams in the second half of their season, as we see here, of course, Walter Wellborn and then Weaver and Westbrook Christian.
And Montgomery loses yardage. He's hit in the backfield, and down he goes back near the 5-yard line. Was that Bobbitt again? Yes, it was. Bobbitt made the tackle at the 6.
We've called his name a lot tonight, and along with Austin Brazier and guys like Deontay Alexander, these guys have been popping the pads tonight, doing a great job defensively for Coach Blanchard's defense. And McFry, that was another one early in the ball game, especially. He had some key plays in open space in the backfield, and here we see they're punting the football yet again.
Cup to punt. He does. It's fielded by Blanchard at the 34, returns to the 20, 15. This will be a touchdown. Touchdown Piedmont on the 34-yard punt return by Bailey Blanchard. And that ups the lead to 34. 34-0 now, Piedmont over the Panthers.
And that was a great return by your senior, number 8, Bailey Blanchard. As he fields that punt, it was a short punt by Cup. It had a lot of work tonight we talked about, but Bailey Blanchard, we've seen that patience before. He takes his time, sees his lane, and cuts upfield and uses that speed to get into the end zone for the 34-yard punt return for a touchdown.
All right, you talk about the consecutive PATs by Kirk. He's got a new holder this time. Will Mitchell is holding instead of Blanchard. Snap, spot, kick is up. Doesn't matter, huh? Still made it. Timeout on the field. It's all Piedmont leading Wellborn 35-0 fourth quarter on the Friday Night Network.
Hi, I'm Curtis Skinner. Trust me, to win out here you have to have a team of experienced professionals behind you.
The same kind of professionals you'll need after an automobile accident, and that's what you'll find at Skinner's Body Shop in Oxford. At Skinner Body Shop, you always get free estimates, and our dad's crew can fix it like new. Everybody's seen Bull around with our rollback ready to handle all your towing needs. We work with all major insurance carriers. So, the next time you
All right, enough of the details. Just come see my dad at Skinner Body Shop.
Every day's a great day to stop in a Samco Express Mart. You'll find plenty of snacks to choose from, and Samco has all your favorite drink brands, all nice and cold. You'll find those last-minute light grocery items you need, and a great variety of grab-and-go brands that's sure to cure any case of the munchies. There's lots of candy, mints, and gum, too. Make sure you fuel up before or after the game. With over 30 locations in the area, there's always one close by. Samco Express Mart.
Kick is in the air from Kirk, and Moore will return it from the 10. 20, still on his feet at the 30, but not on his feet anymore at the 31-yard line. A 21-yard return. And with under 6 minutes to go in the old ball game, Piedmont up by 35. It's Wellborn with a 1st and 10.
And that might be the biggest return of the night. I'm not for sure.
Yeah.
I have to check that. That's the biggest kickoff return, I believe, tonight by the Panthers. And here you see them go to work about the 31-yard line. Let's see if they can put together a drive here late in this ball game.
And down by 35. McQueen still in at quarterback. There's Montgomery cutting back at the 35 up to the 40 for a pickup of 9. It will be 2nd down and 1. Of course, Alexander was there to make the tackle for Piedmont. Also getting up from the pile, that was Colton Donaldson, who's now into the ball game, the senior. 2nd down and 1. 5.5 minutes. Clock continues to wind down here. Piedmont will move to 6-1 on the year, and Wellborn will drop to 4-3. Montgomery fights for the 1st down. Don't think he got it. He did not. It's 3rd down now and less than a yard. And back to the field, another update. Here she is, Caroline.
Guys, after that last Piedmont touchdown, the defensive line coach was in the middle of all his guys dancing and singing along to the song "Ay Bay Bay." And you guys, you know it's going to be a good night when your defensive line coach is singing "Ay Bay Bay" to you. They're definitely having fun over there on the Piedmont sidelines. Jeff, back to you.
That is definitely a good sign, Cody, if you're singing on the sidelines. It's kind of like Red Auerbach, the old coach of the Boston Celtics, lighting up a cigar at the end of the game.
You kind of know at that point the ball game is well within hand, so to speak. And if you're right now at this point in the ball game, I know that's 4th down, 4th and 2 for the Panther offense. And if you're Coach Jeff Smith, you just want to see out of your players which guys will keep fighting. Down 35 points, you're being shut out on the road. Just see who keeps fighting, who wants those extra yards, who's going to keep trying to get those extra yards to get maybe a 1st down. And right now they're just trying to claw to get this 1st down. Looks though they're going to punt on 4th and 2.
Yeah, 4th and 2. 4 minutes to go in the game, and good snap, no rush. Cups kicks away. It bounces at the 30 and will roll dead at the 28-yard line. And from there, it will be Piedmont football, 1st down at the 28, up 35-0. And they're just in a position here where Piedmont just wants to run out the clock and start looking ahead to next week. And next week, not going to be easy, is it? Westbrook's got a very good team this year, Westbrook Christian.
Their overall record not so great, but they're in region. They're 2-2.
Yeah.
So they can easily they could lock up that 4th spot. They're sitting at 5th right now, but however this shakes out, they could move up to a playoff spot depending on how it goes, unfolds over the next few weeks. So not a team that you can have a letdown week on. You've got to keep fighting in the region. That's something Coach Smith said. He's just concerned about Walter Wellborn in the next 2 games they've got in region.
Hayes is still in at quarterback. There's Alexander, the running back. He gets a yard up to the 31. Now, if you're just joining us, the story that we are, of course, following here and we've talked about throughout the evening is the fact that this will be the 100th victory for Coach Steve Smith as head coach of Piedmont here this evening, coming in with 99 victories and 100 wins here at Piedmont in just 10 years. And I know you can do the math, and that's a pretty good average, don't you think? Double-digit wins is his average here in the decade that he has spent leading this Bulldog program. Letting the play clock run down to 1, then they snap it and they give it to Alexander, and he gets a yard Elston there to make the tackle. It will be 3rd down and 8, under 3 minutes to go.
And some of the numbers for Coach Smith at Piedmont, with the win here tonight, and once this thing goes final, he will be 100 wins, 23 losses overall. He's 18-8 in the playoffs. And as of tonight, with this region win, he will be 63-7 in region play. So quite an impressive resume. It's not anything that we have to, it's pretty obvious when you look at the numbers how great he has done, how great of a job he has done here for this Piedmont program.
And, you know, really the region changes every year. I mean, every 2 years they reclassify, you know, the regions, there's realignment. So to lose only 7 region games in 10 years, I mean, I mean, what do you say? I mean, you can't get much better than that. I mean, that's so impressive. Of course, he has a state championship under his belt as well here at Piedmont. We talked about that earlier in 2009 when they defeated Cordova to win the Blue Trophy. 2:09 to go in the game, and Wellborn has called timeout, so we'll take another timeout as well and be back on the Friday Night Network.
Since 1848, our bank has witnessed inventions that have changed the world. Conveniences such as the refrigerator, the light bulb, and the airplane were all created during the early days of our bank. VHS tapes, DVDs, smartphones, all invented while we were First National Bank of Talladega. Our name may have changed, but we have a rich history. First Bank of Alabama. We're still first, and so are you.
Need a place to keep your tools?
Or a place to get away from the wife. Whatever your needs are, we got a barn or a carport for you.
With rent-to-own options and no credit checks, we can help you take home the right barn or carport today.
And with 4 different locations, we're just a short drive away.
So come see us in Glen Cove, Moody, Asheville, or Attala, and let our family help your family get the barn or carport you deserve.
Have you got the new car itch but don't want to take the plunge with a brand new car? How about getting the most car for the money at Avery Auto Sales? They have a large selection of cars with even some 2014s in the mix. And if you're worried about your credit, don't. They can help get you back on your credit feet with guaranteed approval. Check them out online at AveryAutoSales.net. Then when you see something you like, call them at 256-835-8897 for a test drive. Or just go by. Avery Auto Sales is located on Highway 78 East between Highway 78 and Snow Street in Oxford. That's Avery Auto Sales.
The Field of Champions, we've got a lot of new faces on both sides of the football into the game right now. Hayes is no longer in at quarterback. Instead, that is Mason Mohan at
Mason
quarterback.
Mohan ended quarterback for the Piedmont Bulldogs, and he does a great job. I believe that was first down, 1st and 8, but he gets it and makes it a fresh set of downs for the Piedmont offense. And I just want to take a second. Coach Smith, this is huge for him. We've talked about it multiple times. 100 wins. He has been a mentor for me over the years. He's been a great influence in my life, and this is just something he deserves, more than deserves. And I know it's something that he's not going to want to really talk about much, but this is huge for him, and I'm very proud to call him one of my mentors and call him someone that has been big in my personal life.
This is new, the running back. In the final minute here, remind you now the game of the week next week. A Friday Night Network will be at Jack Stewart Field as the Sacs Wildcats will host Coach Michael Short in Cleburne County. That's next Friday night. We'll go on the air at 6:30 for the Wildcats and the Tigers. Maybe one more play, and that's all that will be necessary in this one. It was a 21-0 Piedmont lead at the break. Now they've added 2 more scores here in the second half. 35-0 is the count. Mohan will take, and they'll run the football, but not very far. This will be a loss of yardage on the play as Jamiron Curry come in to make the stop. The clock is winding down, and both teams are making their way to midfield. and the Piedmont Bulldogs have won their 6th game of the season here this evening. Final score of 35-0 over the Wellborn Panthers here this evening as Piedmont moves to 5-0 on the year in region play. And yes, they're in the driver's seat, Cody.
They have taken yet another step to take first place in the region. And they've got a couple of games remaining on the schedule that are tough in Region 6, but they have done a great job here tonight. They have solidified themselves up through this week as the best team in this region. They improved to 6-1 on the year, and they're doing just a great job so far in 2015. Moving forward, you know, everything in the past, it doesn't matter. It's moving into the second half of the season.
And I know it's, well, Wellborn hope for better things here this evening, obviously, but really, Piedmont, I think they're playing their best football of the year right now. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. Stay with us on the Friday Night Network.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes or if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them. Auto Owners Insurance.
Parnell Insurance in Oxford is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
They don't. It's not true. You cannot be in business and sell your product and not make any profit and stay in business. For that matter, if you did that, how could you take care of your customers in the long run if you never made any profit? We make profit, but the difference is we're fair with our customers. We don't mislead them, we don't misguide them. So come on down to the sunny side of the street and ask for me, Shane Denny. It's where a handshake still matters.
Every day is a great day to stop in a Samco Express Mart. You'll find plenty of snacks to choose from, and Samco has all your favorite drink brands, all nice and cold. You'll find those last-minute light grocery items you need, and a great variety of grab-and-go brands that's sure to cure any case of the munchies. There's lots of candy, mints, and gum, too. Make sure you fuel up before or after the game. With over 30 locations in the area, there's always one close by. Samco Express Mart.
And welcome back to the Field of Champions. 35-0 final score. Let's go down to the field and join Caroline. She's caught up with head coach Steve Smith of the Bulldogs.
Coach, first, congratulations on your 100th win here at Piedmont, and it was a shutout. So what does this 100th win mean to you?
Well, it means that I've been fortunate enough to have a lot of good players and a lot of good help. You know, most important thing tonight, this was a huge game with region implications, and being able to beat a quality team like Wellborn tonight, I'm very proud of our kids and just proud of the way they came out and played.
Y'all looked good on both sides of the ball tonight, but as always, there's always improvement. So what do you want from your team this week going into practice for next week's game?
Well, you know, next week is homecoming for us, and like I said, you have to play a homecoming game every year, and no disrespect to Westbrook Christian because I know they got a fine team. Our biggest problem in the past during homecoming has been able to keep the kids more focused on the game than on all the other outside festivities that go on with it. You know, it's a fun time for the school and for the whole community, kids, the fans, but hopefully we can keep their focus enough on the game because we got a really, really good opponent in Westbrook coming in next week, and if we don't come ready to play, we get beat.
From everyone on FNA, congratulations on your 100th win, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Thank
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
And Cody, you know Coach Steve Smith as well as anybody, and he doesn't really show it right there, but he's a happy man.
And I know this is a special moment for him and his family as you see him hugging his daughter right there at midfield. And this is just an emotional moment for him, I imagine. You know, he's just happy right now. And one thing I didn't really allude to when I talked about how great it was for him to get the 100 wins, the staff, the guys that he's put around him, and the hard work that the players have put in over the years because he's instilled that hard work in them. And it's just great for the overall program. And he's got a big milestone here as the head coach of the Piedmont Bulldogs.
Bulldogs win it 35-0. We'll be back to wrap it up after this on the Friday Night Network.
Tonight's FNN High School Football Game of the Week has been presented by Sonny King Ford and by Samco Express Marts. FNN High School Football is sponsored by Calhoun Insurance, Cycle World Power Sports, First Bank of Alabama, Food Outlet, and by Avery Auto Sales. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Anniston EMS, Wesley's Paint and Body, Cotton State Barns, K.L. Brown Memory Chapel, Glencoe Jewelry Sales, Cable One, and Skinner Body Shop. We'll wrap up tonight's game with highlights and more. Plus, look ahead to next week when we continue on FNN, the Friday Night Network.
We build things that work the way you wish they would. Like a front-end loader you can detach from your seat. Or a mower deck you just drive over and cut through knee-deep grass no problem. Yep, we thought the same thing you did. That's why we build them this way. That's how we run. Nothing runs like a deer.
In a world that's ever-changing, you have to be sure that your choices are the right choices. At Central Alabama Community College, you'll know you made the best choice. We understand that you need the best educational opportunities. Whether choosing a technical degree program, taking courses to transfer to a four-year college or university, or being a part of our national championship winning traditions, Central Alabama will provide you with courses and degree programs in tune with today's workplace. Get a sharper focus on your life by choosing one of our 3 convenient locations: Alex City, Childersburg, and Talladega. Central Alabama Community College. Central to you. Central to your success.
At Food Outlet, our lineup starts with the freshest produce in town.
When you shop with us, you score every day with the freshest meat and the best selection.
Pre-game, halftime, even after the game, we have all the snacks and soft drinks that you need.
We're your hometown team. And you'll always score a touchdown at Food Outlet, where great service at low prices is how we do business.
Food Outlet with locations in Alexandria, Anniston, Bynum, and Pell City. Go to shopfoodoutlet.com for weekly specials. And remember to like us on Facebook.
Oh, hey, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works? No, sorry. Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
No, I'm fine, thanks.
it's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great. Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people.
Calhoun Insurance in Oxford is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Bulldogs win it over Wellborn here this evening. The final count 35-0 as the fans are making their way toward the exit. Once again, congratulations to Piedmont head coach Steve Smith, his 100th victory here at Piedmont as the Bulldog boss, and he wins it over the Panthers once again by a final count of 35-0. And really, Cody, it was all Piedmont in this one. They jumped out to an early lead, and really they never looked back.
They never did, Jeff. And just a dominating performance by Piedmont in all 3 phases. They got a few mistakes tonight that they'll clean up. That's just some of those things you can't avoid, and some things are going to happen in the games that are kind of out of your control. But an overall dominating performance by Piedmont. A great job by their defense tonight. Coach Blanchard's defense came through solid. They were very physical, and a dominating offensive performance. Darnell Jackson shined tonight. And just a great job overall by Piedmont as they defeat Wellborn in a big Class 3A Region 6 matchup.
Remind you, next week we will be at Jack Stewart Field, Sachs hosting Cleburne County. Airtime 6:30 next Friday night here for the Game of the Week on the Friday Night Network. Thanks for joining us. Congratulations once again to the Piedmont Bulldogs as they defeat Wellborn here this evening. For Cody Spoon and Caroline Saunders and the entire FNM staff, thanks for watching and good night from Piedmont. I didn't even call my name.